shield or cover. Down the tunnel we go.
And before he heads north in the room, Gizmo pulls off one more piece of tape and starts taping it on his steel defender.
Is bending a leveled spell or is it a cantrip?
Cantrip.
If it is a cantrip, I'm going to say that you are able to heal your construct to full health in the time that you were allotted.
Oh.
So go ahead.
Very good.
That way we're not just like ruling if we're not pressed for time. Sounds good. As you proceed forward.
I was just going to randomly do it from time to time, but that's cool with me.
Yeah, whatever you want, man. I'm just giving you the option. As you proceed to tape up your construct and fix them steadily, the rest of the group proceeds forth. You can see that generally these chambers are like dimly lit by the glow of runes, nightlight, fungi, and like experimentation equipment throughout. The ceilings are like maybe 10 feet above you guys, and sort of expand the closer they get to the Elder Brain chamber. The entire layer smells of like ammonia, and the rooms with equipment or like magical barriers, you can see there's like a 60 hertz hum coming from this magical barrier ahead. Otherwise the layer is like quiet, as mind flayers tend to not often communicate verbally. It is an eerie silence. So proceed onwards. Ahead of you guys is the Wall of Force, and this is the sort of the tunnel leading down.
Yeah, we proceed going down. Like we can proceed, take off the shield yet.
Zin will collect his spider as we pass by it, and just hope he's gonna keep it out, but he's gonna keep it on his person. He just puts it on his shoulder and like lets it take a little rest on his moss coat.
Sounds good.
You may or may not notice Gizmo just kind of scooching a little closer to peer down at the spider, just to see if he can determine what type of spider it is out of his own curiosity.
Megan, what kind of spider is it?
Flavor.
I don't know if you've ever come across this one. It's a very rare spider from the deepest, darkest parts of the Underdark. I don't even know if it has a real name, if it's been identified by scientists yet.
When we get a moment, you have to let me draw a picture of him in the journal and then take a few notes.
Rolling natural 1 for Tom.
What kind of spider it is?
I can name it for you. Red belly. Okay. Like,
it has no
I'm
red
making
on
it a black widow.
It has a blue dot on the back, like almost like an eye.
So you see the spider's patterning is almost like a diamond crystal-like carapace about it, with a blue line pattern on its back of the abdomen, shaped like a four-sided diamond stretching out. And as it moves, the legs seem to almost like lag with an echo behind him, as if like moving with like an ethereal grace. And at some point, as it's climbing across the shoulder of the little gnome, it seems to phase in and out of vision and then apparate into the other side of the shoulder. It's a sort of a baby hatchling face spider, a creature native to the Underdark and the ethereal plane.
It's a pretty neat trick your spider can do.
And you can see, because this is a familiar, it has form, but it's a fae, so it has a slight glow to it.
Yeah.
Like blue glow. Blue specifically.
Keep in mind your hatchling only has 1 HP.
I figured. Spiders only have, when I looked up the stat block, it only has like, it's what, 1d4 minus 1?
Yeah. Yeah. So if the group is climbing down the shaft, I'll have you guys group up, but I'm just giving you the chance for those of us who are not familiar with dungeon to explore around. Let me know what you guys are doing.
Yeah, I'm ready to go down. I'm pulling up the rear.
We go.
Gizmo follows.
Gizmo follows.
Yeah,
Gizmo follows.
I explained to Gizmo like the gist, like the door is powered by something. It's like a shield. We cannot trespass it without taking out like the source of energy.
As you guys descend down, maybe what feels like 2 stories down a sliding path, trying to cling to the walls as to not land prone at the very bottom, you arrive at a long 40-foot long chamber. The walls are circular and slimy with these ridges to them. And as those of you at the lead scout ahead around the corner, you are yet again at the dissection chamber. The room contains, around the corner, the room contains desks on either side covered in brains and various other organs in front of decapitated heads of unknown creatures. You see 2 mind flayers are working at a desk with their backs turned away from the entrance of this room. The head upon which they work on has its skin pulled neatly back from the cranium. The parts of the bone surrounding the brain are sort of sewn off. As they're working on this creature, you can see a jar, large, maybe the size, half the size of your heads, filled with this yellowish brine within which a large tadpole swims, and the mind flayer moves to grasp it, to insert it into the brain of this creature. What do you guys do?
Check the ceiling.
Perception check, please.
Okay. Normal. Perception. 18.
With an 18, you're able to spot 4 of those quivering brains clinging to sitting with their clawed feet and tentacles sprouting from the brains on either side, sort of nest themselves up on the various, not rafters, but tubings and such in the ceiling, half veiled but spotted by your keen eye.
I point at them to the group.
I have something that could help us sneak by, but it's not gonna cover us. It's not gonna give us any kind of I'm saying I have what's the spell? Pass without a trace, but they still have sight.
If we want, we can just go for an attack, and I can put a cloud kill in there.
Ooh.
So it will basically, I can start it at the entrance of the room, and it will continuously move away from us as time goes on, and as it passes through, it does significant damages to those caught in the cloud fog.
Better on them than on me. So I say go.
Whittle them down a little bit.
The choice is yours, Nick. I'll now let you know that your character can help the group sneak past if you wish. It will be a contest versus their passive perception for you to essentially, we can flavor it, keeping out of their line of sight.
Well, having the 2 mind flayers there too, even though they're just a little bit busy, that'd be a tough one.
Choice is yours.
We do need to get back up to the top. I think maybe combat would be the better option here, because we do have to come back. And maybe there is a corridor down there, but we don't know. All right, whittle them down a little bit, then we go in for the killing blow.
I think we
Sounds
learned from Out of the Vats that quick and fast, once they know we're there, quick and fast, just hit them hard.
I got another one for you. You
But just
put
remember-
down,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, you put down your magic. All right, choke them out, snuff them out. And I got something for them. Something a little,
Okay.
they won't be able to use their magics. They'll be a little nullified. See, you like that word? Nullified. Just learned
Big
it.
one for you, man.
Ah, I'm getting there.
So just
All right.
remember, everyone, do not enter the fog. Do not enter the fog, whatever you do. And then if that's the case, I don't know if I can cast that spell right away or if you want us to roll initiative first.
Before we do that, I am going to turn into my feral form real quick.
Did we want, just because of the timing, did we want to take a small break now before we start combat?
You can if you need it.
How are people feeling?
I'm good to go, but if anyone needs it, you can.
We can take a small break if you need it.
A glass of water.
Sounds good.
And go to the
Okay, so break. I'll be back in a second. I'm just gonna get some water.
Yeah, I gotta get rid of this tickle in my throat too, so I'm gonna get a drink and I'll be right back.
Sounds
Word.
good. Our recording just cut off like halfway through the session randomly. That was weird.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'll try to fix
That's
it. If I kept the recording, I'll stitch together. If not, then
That's
fine.
alright. Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, sure, hit me with one. I'll take it.
13. We are...
I'm assuming that we don't see each other's health bars, right?
No,
No,
but you're
we
more than
don't.
welcome to describe if you're wounded or not.
I was just wondering if that was intentional or if that was a glitch. Sometimes I've been in games where like I just couldn't see stuff because a setting was wrong or something. So I'm fine with
We
that.
usually play without seeing each other's health bars just because it's easy for me from the settings, but I can definitely change that if that's what players prefer.
I personally like describing. It's fun. Be like, hey, how bad are you? Like, I'm barely holding on.
You're just like, there's more dripping blood than there is skin.
Alrighty
But,
then. So if we're all back, yeah, you can just above the table just say like I'm
Yeah.
at 45 HP. I don't mind.
So
If Zin is gonna go and launch your attack, I'm gonna follow up with something right after. So if you want to go ahead.
yeah, because like we don't even need to be in the room for Zin to be able to release this. Actually, it's probably best if we're not technically in the room, just kind of like around the corner, looking in, kind of thing. And because it has a really big radius. Let me pick my beautiful draw tool. Draw tool. How big is that? I think we're gonna go maybe from like this side.
How big is it?
20-foot radius.
Oh fuck.
She big. Big cloud. Although I might actually put it one further over because we're gonna not be in the room. Yeah, we'll do that. We're not in the room. Because it moves away. That's the thing. It's not a stationary fog.
It moves 10 feet, right?
10 feet per every turn away from me.
That's easy.
Ah. We'll need to take some cover then.
Yeah. So I think from this point, yeah, this square. Sid will go ahead and before they enter the room, cast Cloud Kill.
Sounds good. Everybody, please roll me initiative. You will have a surprise round.
Cool.
Damn it. That shield is heavy.
It's okay. They're under the surprise condition, meaning that on their turn they are missing it essentially. So unless you wish to give away your turn initiative, we can skip right to Zin. But Gizmo did rule and Bajrak did rule higher initiative, so you guys can either prepare actions or whatever, what have you.
I'm gonna go ahead and use my shadow magic. As soon as she casts her fog cloud, I'm gonna pair it up with a nice silence, right underneath them.
So you're preparing silence, and you're gonna let it off as soon as the hair spell goes off. Okay, that's good. Gizmo.
So I'm a little torn here, guys, so bear with me. I'm a little concerned that if I don't cast this spell before the cloud goes in, I won't be able to see to cast it. So, as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark on the nearest of these little creepy dudes.
Okay.
And then as my action, I am going to use my infused light crossbow that I named Pew Pew to pump a bolt into the creature. Did that fire? I don't see it.
I don't see it in our chat, but you can just tell me what you rolled.
I'm not sure it did roll, so let me try it one more time then.
$18 to strike. Strike execution true.
And that will be for 11 plus the Hunter's Mark is at 10, level 10. I'm not sure what it is. Let me.
1d6, I think.
For an extra 2 points, so that's for 13 points of damage.
13 damage, priest rain. The intellect
If
devourer
it
being
is
vulnerable.
still- Is it still alive?
So being vulnerable to piercing damage, it takes double that. So for with the double damage, you pierce right through it, and it drops from the ceiling dead.
Awesome. So then I will use my second crossbow shot because of the repeating shot infusion allows me to fire and ignore the loading. The loading
Property, yeah.
jigger. Property, thank you.
Mhm.
I will fire my second shot at the next closest tiny creature. And that will be...
It goes writhing and begins to sort of like Dr. Awkward's way across the ceiling, charging forth with a 12 to hit. You just pierce its squishy armor. Well, not armor, just it's a brain. For a total of 13 damage piercing, doubled to 26, killing it.
So these magical bolts, upon impact, leave a hole and disappear. So I'd like to say I'm pinning them to ceiling, but that wouldn't work.
For a moment,
Pew, pew.
they are like pinned, and they writhe, and the tentacles go loose, and then as soon as the projectile disappears, they just plop to the ground.
And
Very
then
nice.
I will use a little movement to slip a little bit around the corner back away from the impending cloud.
Sure, just so you know, this is a wall here. Otherwise, yeah, you press yourself against the wall.
Oh, sorry.
Bajorak, you're preparing your silence spell, I imagine, with...
Yes, but I have shadow arts and everything.
Yeah.
But I do have a question, and maybe I overlooked this, but I feel like Boz would know this. I know they are creatures that communicate telepathically and everything, but in order for them to activate like magic in the weave and everything, they still have to say it out loud, right?
If it has vocal components, yes.
Okay, I'm just making sure. I don't know if it was like a...
Any spell that
just say
requires
them in
vocal
mind.
components is nullified in a
No,
silence spell,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's not
Okay,
anti-magic
yeah, I'm still
field,
doing
it's just silence, yeah.
No, I know.
Mhm.
Yeah, I just didn't know because they speak with their mind and everything. It's like they kind of get by that. So, but no, I would cast it through his claws and everything. It starts to drip with the black magic, shadows and everything. And as he starts to mold it, he presses it to the ground like he shoots it down from his hand, and it just creates a path and then just puffs out underneath.
Silencing the creatures.
And silence.
Alrighty then. With that, still reeling in surprise at the attack that the prisoners escaped, you hear susurrations as they telepathically communicate with each other, and then those various susurrations get muted as a bubble of energy wraps them. Zin Shadowroot then sends his was it Stinking Cloud?
Cloud kill.
Cloud Kill.
So, Cyrog, you're in the hallway with us, right? You're not actually in the room.
I mean, you can throw it here, no? Or you want it in front of us?
Well, have it a little bit further this way so that way when it moves 10 feet, it'll still be okay. So yeah, it's 20-foot radius, so it's a 40-foot sphere. Big boy.
Yeah, same with mine. 20-foot radius, 40-foot diameter.
Yeah, so it basically takes up, so from, I guess we can go here, like that. Big.
Okay.
And it is a Constitution save for any creature that starts its turn, or that enters the spell area for the first time, so when it's cast, or starts its turn, must make a con save.
Alright, one by one here I have the Mind Flayer wreathed in his various chains and heavy looking carapace black armor will make his con save. He has magic resistance, so we'll be rolling this with advantage. 16 to save. The one right next to him will also roll the con for a 5, failing. And then we have the Intellect Devours rolling one by one. Just one of them. Intellect Devourer rolled a 16.
So they all failed, so they will all take full damage. The Cloud Kill on their first, which is 15 poison damage. And also for note that this fog is heavy obscurement.
Alright, it's to Rock to follow up. That'll be the end of your turn.
Okay. You see the spirit just start walking inside the cloud. You hear the sounds of battle inside as he goes for normal attacks because there is no advantage.
How does your echo take damage? Because the cloud's not a breathing thing.
He's not a creature, so he doesn't.
He doesn't get targeted by AoE.
Let me check. Let's see. That's a good one, but. It has immunity to all conditions. If it has to make a saving throw, use my bonus to roll it.
You probably have to make a saving throw.
I would say it is affected by AoE, being an echo of possibility view. So do you want to?
Sure. 9. It disappeared then. Because it should take 1 damage, right? So yeah. It's done.
25 damage.
I'm gonna give you the choice of not doing something that's absolutely sucks for you as a character, knowing how your teammates work and how your echoes work. Do you want to redo your turn?
Oh, in that case, it will just be infinite.
I would imagine your hero knows how their abilities work and how your teammates work. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did say don't go in the cloud.
Yeah.
Like
Doctor Strange for a moment there, you meditated I can see all the possibilities, and if I go into the cloud, I'm fucked. Let's not do that. Alright.
But I'll throw a hand axe into the.
Sure. So you have disadvantage in your attack since you are throwing to heavy obscurement. But go for it. Who are you targeting?
I'm gonna say the one in the bottom.
Okay.
No, forget the -5. because it doesn't count. 8 slashing damage.
You have disadvantage on attack. Please roll again.
Yeah, my bad.
18 strikes. So you hear a satisfying squishy thud as the blade finds a mark for 8 slashing damage.
8. Yes.
Very nice. Good, good. We have then top of the round with Gizmo.
Well, now that I cannot see what's inside, with my bonus action, I will tell Clank, get in there and fight. And Clank will. He has a movement of 40. So he'll approach straight ahead. He encounters the very first one, and I guess he'll take a swing at this one down here now.
When a creature
Same
enters the
thing.
spell's area for the first time on a turn, the creature must make a Constitution saving
Probably gonna
throw.
have to take that.
Yeah.
He's probably going to have to make that. And I would have done it anyway to send him in. So
Mhm.
we just.
On 17, hopefully. he
There's a
doesn't fly
construct?
across.
Yeah, even if
Oh,
you
I
don't need
know
to
it.
breathe.
It's called-
Cloud
yeah,
Killer
yeah,
is
yeah.
like a different. It's like a.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Co-
yeah.
Not a very big
Okay.
thing.
I'm
I
actually
gotcha.
surprised it's not
Yeah.
necromancy. It's conjuration, but yeah.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So it's a con
It's
save,
basically like
right?
poison vapors.
Yeah,
that
gotcha.
enters like your skin, like your essence.
And did you say it's poison damage?
It
It's poison
is that, yes. So that's where constructs and such might be.
He
Yeah.
is immune to poison damage.
There you go.
I'll run.
See?
I'll roll,
There you go, bud.
I'll roll the con anyway, but
Yeah.
Perfect.
you
He
need
failed,
me to
but
put that in
doesn't
the
take
chat.
any
It is
damage.
important though. I'll give you an example where even though you're immune to it, you still take damage, but you take 0. This is like, it will be great for spells where like when you take this type of damage, you imbue your weapon with the same type of damage. Even though you're immune to it, you would still imbue your weapon with poison. That's sort of how the mechanic works. But good to know that you take no damage. Cool.
And
Yeah.
he will take a swing, and I'm assuming it's still at disadvantage because of the obscurement.
Unless you have other senses that can sense the creatures around you. You are blind, the creature is obscured, so it will be a normal roll by the mathematics of it, because the way it cancels each other's out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he will.
You're
just
attacking
swing.
blinded from hiding, so it's kind of weird. Yeah.
Yep. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get used to where this rolling for this stuff is on the character sheet. I
That's
got
all
it
good,
right
man.
here.
A lot of stuff going on at level 10.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's a crit fail.
It happens. Clank hits the desk and there's a crunch of bone as it hits one of the cadavers upon it, squishing it. My experiment! Echoes a voice throughout the chamber in the muted bubble.
And let's see, that was my bonus action, and I guess action, I will just crouch down and hold my crossbow at the ready to attack any enemy that comes out of the cloud.
Alrighty then. Gizmo would then feel the air shift around him, and those of you guys sort of watching see something dark manifest.
Start of his turn, he takes damage, or must make a roll.
Constitution. That's gonna be 20.
Half damage. Half damage. So 20 or 12. Sorry, 12 half
So-
damage.
So what did I miss? I'm sorry.
So, as I take my turn, the mind flare over yonder begins to place its technically arms together, casting a spell attempting to. I'm going to look this up real quick. Does this spell have vocal? It does. but unable to complete it. For a moment, a black hole manifests at the center of the room, trying to absorb into itself the Cloud Kill spell and nearby instruments and Gizmo into itself. But before it can complete its manifestation, it collapses onto itself, him unable to finish the incantation. So, unable to cast that spell, then I will look up other options. That is vocal somatic. That is vocal somatic. Good job, Nick. You canceled out my entire spell book.
I got you, bud.
All right.
That's
I'll
good.
go ahead then and resort to
Smash.
They have that?
Gizmo's
I may not
construct
have books.
may attempt a reaction to opportunity attack, as hovering the Lithid will charge out of the Cloud Kill toward where he last saw the foes. So if you have a reaction and you want to use it for your Clank companion, you may use it. That's very unfortunate.
It's heavily
Wow.
obscure, so he cannot take opportunity attacks.
Okay. So,
Maybe not.
uh,
Oh, you know what? That's rolling a d8. That's a damage roll. I'm sorry. I somehow clicked on the wrong thing.
fortune. Okay, so Cloud Kill is really killing me. Yeah, it's gonna have to come out here before it can see you guys clearly. So coming out here, hovering above the ground, it's going
Cloud Kill
to.
goes all the way up to this, like, includes these tiles.
Huh?
Because it's 40, so it goes like that.
What goes like what?
The sphere, it's 40 feet, so it includes all of this.
Are you attacking Ivan's Echo?
I don't think Ivan's Echo was supposed to be standing there. It wasn't originally.
I mean, it was not there, though. That's why I put it in.
Okay, I'll push your Cloud 5 feet closer to the group and move on, as it will then move up to its max speed, ending its turn here, still within Cloud and blinded. Is going to attack with disadvantage against Ivan. Unable to see anybody else. 12 to hit.
It's a miss.
Using your spells to your advantage, we have Battle Direct then to take his turn.
If you don't mind, let me cut through there. I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, and then 25 because we're moving through friends. But don't worry, I have enough movement. And then from there, I'm just gonna go with some good old attacks. Let that magic do its business. I'm in werewolf form. And you know what? For shits and gigs, I'm gonna go for the grasp of avarice, too. Let's go. 2 razor attacks, a 25 hit.
Yep.
And that's 5 healing, so that's a total of 15 damage. 10 slashing, 5 necrotic, and another one. Excuse me, that avarice shouldn't be there.
The 13th strike gleams, it sparks across the metallic-like breastplate piece. You're
Okay.
attacking an obscure target.
Ooh, I just fucked up something. Okay, we're gonna turn this off, and then I'm gonna go with the unarmed. Ooh, you know what? This would be a disadvantage. He's heavy obscured, so actually I don't hit at all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then with disadvantage for my next attack, that is a 15 hit.
15 strikes, yeah.
Okay. Then he takes 5 slashing. And I will use 1 key point. Oops. And he has to make a 17 DC con save to be stunned.
Is the magical effect? I roll
No.
14 either way.
He's stunned.
Nice.
Got him right where I want him. And then that's my turn.
Who do we have next?
So, Tom,
So,
Clank's opportunity attack, I clicked on the wrong thing. I was clicking a damage roll. That's what I got the 1 for.
Mhm.
I've re-rolled that attack, but if it's too late, I'm fine with the ruling that we just move on.
It's not that it's too late, but as Ivan reminded me right after you made that roll, a blinded target, just such as one in the middle of a cloud kill obscurement, cannot make opportunity attacks, because in order to make an opportunity attack, you need to see your target.
Understood. Okay.
Yeah.
My mistake.
I rolled a 3 on my Constitution saving throw for this Mind Flayer Intellect Devourer on the far side of the room. Having failed that, what is the damage it takes? If it's more than 6, it's destroyed.
3.
At the beginning of Zin's turn, the cloud kill spreads onwards away from him as he maintains concentration and fills the remainder of this chamber.
Does that activate my held action to fire something emerging from the cloud?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because that Mind Flayer would be visible now because the cloud moved away from Zin 10 feet.
So, as a held action, I'll only get 1 shot, but I will take it.
23 pierces through.
And that will be for 12 points of damage.
Yes.
And can I ask what the little cloud is above myself and Zin?
That is the icon we use for concentration.
Okay.
Seeing as you're still concentrating on your hunter's mark, even though your target is dead, you can still switch
Got it.
target. I think it lasts like an hour. So, yeah.
Yep, and I should have switched it there, but I didn't. That's my miss. Okay, thank you.
So yeah.
So Zin, concentrating still on the cloud, sees the Mind Flayer emerge from the cloud as it moves away, and will make a concentrated blast. And roll some dice because I don't have the thing for that. 3d6. Yay.
Blasting forth 9 psionic damage at the Mind Flayer closest to you. Dropping the concentration on the cloud kill, yeah?
No, it doesn't. That's an ability I gained from the tadpoles.
Yeah.
Yeah, please read the last line of that ability and tell me if you still want to do that.
You're right. Never mind. Ignore that. It's okay. I have other things.
Okay.
So maintaining concentration will once more fill his cheeks and poison spray, just layering on more poison with poison, which is another con save.
Poison spray is a cone or is it like a projectile? I've never used it.
It is.
Puff of noxious
It
gas.
says, like,
Upon must
I
be...
basically just.
It's just one creature, I see. I was imagining like as a cone for some reason. Okay, maybe the word spray. So I make me a Constitution saving throw against magic, advantage, Constitution. That's just 20. Being cantrip, I think it's save and suck.
Yeah, but this cantrip does some nice damage when it does hit.
Okay, starting its
So
yeah.
that was the action, and he maintains concentration on the cloud.
Sounds good. Starting its turn within the cloud kill, rather. The Mind Flayer advanced group will make its Constitution saving throw as well, rolling a total of 20, taking half damage poison from the cloud kill. It advances out of the cloud, out of the silence there,
Taking 9 poison damage.
and lacing its hands together above its forehead, it concentrates, closes its eyes, and opens them suddenly to blast forth a Mind Blast ability. Can I get everybody in front of it, including the Mind Flayer in front of it, to rule me a DC 15 Intelligence saving throw, please, against the effect of stun and psychic damage?
Question: will the scream help me on that? The bat scream? You can say no.
I'll give you advantage in the roll.
Okay, cool.
Is this a spell or? Okay.
Wow.
Nick, I'm
I
so
hate
sorry.
it.
The gods, they're just cruel.
Why? Can I just play this character, please?
Oh, is this a spell?
Oh
Alright,
my
I'll take it.
god.
Alright, I fail. It's fine.
Oh my
It's fine.
god. It's so good. It's like second session in a row. You're just having deja vu. It's fine. I made the stun only until the end of your next turn. I did nerf it down to make it a little bit funner. But that lets two natural ones. Fucking funny. Ooh, okay. So I'll just roll the damage there. It's 48 plus 4.
Actually, I rolled that at normal. Yeah, so either way. Never mind.
Yeah, it's not 1-1 that kills me. Alright, so it's...
Is it a spell?
Yes?
Yes, it is a spell. Okay.
For the sake of racial feats and whatnot, we'll say that. Sure. And nonetheless, those of you who have failed the DC 15 intelligence saving throw take a total of 23 psychic damage and are stunned until the end of your next turn, as the psionic energy lashes and grasps its cold grasp on your minds. It then begins to chant a second spell, now audible to you, susurrating throughout the air psionically as it attempts to summon a creature from the ether. You can see behind it a portal begins to bend the space around it and begins to open its maw, gaping beyond. You can see stars as it begins to channel a spell. I'm just flavoring this for next turn. That's what it's going to be doing. The stun action, any bonus actions from it? No. We're going to move on to the next turn initiative. Durak, are you stunned?
No, I'm not.
Nice. So as the psionic reverberations blast through your shield, I'm going to say they shatter it. You get this one save, and the screen shatters.
Okay. Yeah, easy. Like the spirit will flank the stun mind flayer. I go twice at it.
Oh yeah, my mind flayer. I need to roll to see if it's stunned. Oh, it's stunned from. Yeah, it's still stunned from last turn. Yeah.
From Nyx.
So one of them.
So, those 16 hits.
16 strikes.
Yeah. Okay. So both strikes. Total 20, 28, 40 damage.
Perfect lethal. You may describe your kill.
Yeah, like he found himself surrounded by 3 spirits that one by one take turn on slashing his body, and then he goes down. He was repositioned in this spot, and that's it.
So we have Gizmo to follow up.
So those of us who passed that save don't take any damage. Is that
No.
correct?
Yeah. Resilient in mind, you charge forth.
And I will use my bonus action to move the Hunter's Mark to the remaining Mind Flayer.
Gotcha.
And I will take aim with Pew Pew, and I will fire off 2 shots at this Mind Flayer.
Both hit.
That will be for 11, 24 plus 2d6 for the Hunter's Mark. 24 plus 7, 31 points of damage.
Wounded, reeling, you can see it begin to dip closer to the floor as it loses its levitation, but continues its whole chanting that psionic spell of its, opening the portal wider. You can begin to see these spiked tentacles writhe out of it and begin to sort of cling around the edges of the portal as something tries to enter this domain. The Illithid is heavily wounded though, and he is on death's door.
And he doesn't have a save to maintain concentration on that spell?
Mostly because I'm going to cast a spell at the beginning of my turn and I'm just flavoring it for sake of narrative. Yeah. But I'm going to say like he's like struggling to maintain his spell, clinging onto it. He just didn't cast yet. Yeah. Just like flavoring
And
combat.
Yeah, and I is there a corner to hop around or not?
Sorry, a portal
Around this concept.
corner to hop around. Sorry,
Yeah,
we're Lord.
we're kind of there at the edge of the room. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I expanded the map a little bit to allow you guys to move down the corridor. You have like 10 feet behind you for like, yeah, because you came from a nice 10-foot wide corridor into here.
Straight.
So we can say that you are going to go ahead and hide at the back of the group there, taking cover.
Yep.
Bajarak, you are stunned for one turn, unfortunately, but then it ends. What?
Yeah, stunned.
Yeah, stunned for one turn. It ends at the end of your turn. I think it just cancels out your rage. Is the biggest consequence of this. You take damage, you maintain your rage. Yeah. Okay. So rage maintained, but you do end your turn without an action and bonus action. So I'm just gonna expedite it to Zin, if that's all right with you. Yeah, can you roll the DC just to see, because Ivan wants to be sadistic about it?
Yeah, let's see. It'll actually be at normal because even though we have disadvantage on the Mind Flayer Parasite, I do get it from the Dwarven Resilience or Psionic Fortitude, so it cancels out.
Yeah, just like last
So
session.
it's just yeah.
Okay.
Ivan is just being
That's
sadistic
good.
about it. Anyway, it's stunned and ends. You shake yourself back into action, recovering vision blurred, but hearing returning, ringing in your ears. Zin takes action then, still maintaining his hold on the spell of the Cloud Kill. It moves away down the chamber, further away. What would you like to do on your turn, Megan?
Yeah, so seeing this portal emerge, Zin is like, gotta take this time. So as the cloud is disappearing out of the room, he drops his concentration on it. On the cloud, and rushes forward to the Illithid and uses Primal Savagery for an attack. You just see his nails turn to stone and they extend. 8 strikes. That's sad. Why? What happened to my damage? 2 fucking natural ones for my damage. So sad. Oh my God, so sad.
You slash his ankles.
For 2 acid damage. So sad. That could be so boss.
Well, that's better than 0.
It is better than 0. And with his mobile feed, he shall move back, kind of on the other side of the doorway.
Trying to fall back desperately, the Mind Flayer chants one last word in its cryptic eldritch language, opening the power wide. It's going to take an action to summon its own familiar as a displacer beast hops from the portal and onto the ground, growling. This leopard-looking, slick black fur, lithe creature with 2 spiked tentacles sprouting from its shoulders. It leaps down onto the ground, connected and trying to cover the Illithid's escape as it begins to retreat. You guys within 5 feet of it get to swing at it with your reaction, if you will, as it begins to hover back like so. Is that your 4-pitch attack with 23 minus 5 there, Ivan? Going once, going twice.
Sorry, I'm muted. 18 to hit.
Yep.
And, it's Sentinel, so...
Yeah, he stops his movement.
Yeah, so 16 slashing.
Describe your second kill in this chamber.
Yeah, as he's going to run away, the spirit goes for the leg. And as it's been severed, it goes a second swing for the head.
As you decapitate the creature, the head goes sparring through the air, spreading its silvery blood throughout the room before dropping besides the other decapitated heads of their experiments in a gesture of irony. And as the spell severs, the connection binding this creature to the material plane is severed as it writhes back into the portal, disappears, ending combat. I didn't get to do that in my first round because you silenced me. You cuck.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Shadow Monks for the win.
Shadow Monks for the win. Did you know in Baldur's Gate 3 that spell lasts for like 200 rounds? For some reason?
Yeah.
Anyways, so
It's smaller, but it's dope.
climbing the spoils of war around you guys, you can see that one of those Mind Flayer Illithid tadpoles lies on the experimentation table. Otherwise, the chamber sort of continues onwards beyond here, straight up.
I grab the
Excuse me?
jar with the experiment and I throw it to Cousin. You looks like you need it more than us.
Oh, he's like rubbing his eyes. He can feel the thing inside of his brain and behind his ocular, plates on his head, and he's just like, it's just. I thought I'd be doing better. Yeah, let me get a drink of that. And boop boop boop. Bottoms up.
Bottoms up. As the
And
little
I'm gonna
tadpole
go-
writhes down, cold down your gullet, and finding its way through your various orifices to your brain and digging in, you feel your psionic powers enhanced for a price as a small part of you fades. It takes something away. A distant memory flickers before your eyes and is gone. You don't even remember what it took.
Oh,
It's
like a
Gizmo
small
looks at it
spike.
in utter confusion. You drank of that? Why would you drink of that?
What, you didn't?
No. Why would you want one of those things inside of you? They were trying to put it in that one's brain.
Aye, but Umaloom gave us a little bit of a special cocktail before we left. Something that if we don't indulge in the brains, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting a little hungry.
A little peckish.
A little peckish. It'll eventually die off. I need everything we need out here against these mind flayers. I need every little bit of edge that I can get on them, and for a small price, I'm willing to pay it. I can feel my power growing a little bit inside me now. And he starts looking at his hands, and he's like flexing his fingers. As I chose Black Hole for the next ability.
Trying to learn the very power that was supposed to be used against you, you gained the ability to summon forth this slowing force to bend space. I think it's like once per long rest. Yeah.
Let me just widen this box a little bit.
Yeah.
Up to... it says summon a black hole that pulls in nearby enemies and potentially slows them.
Mm-hmm.
Up to 5 more black holes can be summoned after first casting. Recharges on a short rest.
On a short rest. Okay. Big
Yes.
power. Nice.
Big power.
I'm gonna say you're concentrating on this while you're casting it, just
That's fine. That's fair.
just for balance sake. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's
But,
it's a slow spell, so yes, of course you're concentrating. Okay,
Yeah.
so zooming out a little bit to give you guys a perspective of what lies beyond, you guys find yourselves in the dissection chamber, right? Here, with your foe slain. Yeah. How you proceed is up to you.
So you telling me you ain't got one of those little things swimming around up there? And pokes on his head.
No, thank you. I'm not gonna keep my brain intact.
It's alright. I'm not against it. Except every bleeding body in here knows that we're coming. We need to be quick. Well, we had kind of helped repress whatever that they're sending out, like a little mind spikes and everything. We're a little bit concealed under them, right under their noses.
Speaking of which,
But
Gizmo.
Yeah,
Gizmo did not ingest the very tactical elixir that the party seems to be talking about. Being not immune from the susurrations, those whispers that you experienced at the very edge of this hive when you first infiltrated this place on behalf of the Society of Brilliance have now grown intense. You thought it was just a voice in the walls, but now this close to the Elder Brain's lair, you hear it, a clear voice. Join me. Thrall. The voice reverberating in your mind, bouncing around your skull. And every time you speak, for the briefest of moments, you can see the image of that writhing elder brain within its brain pool pulsating. And something large in the shadows looming over it. A demonic figure, half-manifesting figure in the shadows, with a ram-like skull worn upon its head, and glowing yellow eyes, all the while overseeing this brain, dominating it just as much as this brain is attempting to pry into you, dominate you. Ever so often, while you're traversing through these halls, Gizmo, you can feel it as if you have a gaze upon you. Somebody watching just around the corner, just inches away from your neck, an eerie feeling.
And Gizmo will do all kinds of quick checks behind himself, turn around, throw himself up against and flatten himself against the wall from time to time, stop walking and just stop and listen, because if he's getting a little paranoid about this. He will take bits of cloth from whatever he can scavenge and stuff them in his ears to try to mute the sounds, and shrug it off. But his mind is something he's not willing to compromise.
Trying to mute these sounds, they have only grown worse since you have been incapacitated and put in those vats. Seems that some sort of a psychic link has been formed between you and this entity. And you get a feeling as if it perceives everything that you're perceiving, watching through your eyes.
Oh, damn it.
You can use an action to attempt to break this link, but you feel like it's going to be like a struggle, so you might suffer some consequences, but you do have the option to try and break it.
And I will do that. And what kind of roll is that?
It will be a charisma check.
Charisma.
So how do you
And
say
it's
Charisma
Is it
it's a saving throw, rather, because something that's affecting you, so it's a charisma saving throw.
charisma saving throw. And is it considered against magic? Because I do have advantage on charisma against magic.
Well, it's not a spell per se. I'm going to say that because of your racial background, I'll allow the advantage.
Okay. And I'm going to roll, and we'll see what we get there.
Even with
And
advantage, you struggle. Yeah.
Yeah, I will use Flash of Genius
Flash of Genius.
to add 5 to that roll.
seeing that?
Woo! You just met it. Nice. What was that, Megan?
I saw you were struggling, and I'm like, I got advantage here, or not advantage, inspiration.
So
I think Flash of Genius just give you flat 5, flat intelligence. I'm not sure
So why
it's
when I
7.
roll? I think you might be right. I don't know why it did.
it rolled a
why it did
d20
that
plus
one.
5, unfortunately. Okay, I get excited for you there. So Flash of Genius will put your saving throw at
Yeah, it should have been 5. Yeah.
16, which is 2 below.
Seeing Gizmo supposedly be struggling with something that he can't see, Zin leans over to Gizmo and gives him words of reassurance and passes along his inspiration.
So you may get another roll at that charisma save with Flash of Genius. I'll just treat it as the same instance.
Okay.
So
Does he get to roll the re-roll with advantage, or not advantage?
No, he gets to roll once more.
Just one. Okay.
Because you already had advantage on that. So you're trying to roll anything 13 or higher.
Nope.
Struggle as you will, the
A valiant
presence
try.
lingers. Yeah, a valiant try. You take no damage, but the presence remains. Sensing your thoughts and the presence around.
And
Are you alright, mate?
grimacing with the effort, he will grab the other gnome's arm, Zin, and say, "Thank you, but it's still in my head. It's still in my head, and there's something with it. I sense another presence in the shadows. I think it can see through me."
Maybe we should take a minute and group ourselves. And seeing that Baz still has some damage and that Gizmo is very shaken, will summon his healing spirit. A transparent green glowing deer in this square, and invites whoever needs some healing to, over the course of the next minute, go and get some healing. I have basically 10 d6 healing available for whoever needs it.
Gizmo, do you need any healing?
I am 9 points below.
But do you
So
partake in
I
this
will-
healing before I go on with the narration? Essentially, is what I'm asking.
Oh, yes.
Might as well top some people up. So let's go with.
Yeah, go ahead.
And then
Wait,
4, so that tops up Gizmo.
Mm-hmm. And
And Baz, you still. Sorry?
I'll let you
And
finish.
Baz needed some healing, right?
Yeah, I could be topped off. I could also just take a little bit of a break, you know. Unless you guys want to keep pushing on.
Yeah, if that one is looking through Gizmo's side, I'd rather push on. Know where we are.
Alright. Well, how you feeling though, cuz? You still got that fighting spirit in you. Ancestors be with you.
Yeah.
So 28 healing.
As
for
long
Baz.
as their heads are rolling, we'll be good.
Nick receives inspiration
Right
for using a line ancestors be with you.
Fuck yeah, let's
I
go.
like that.
I've been waiting to say it. I got stunned and I was like, God damn it. But okay, cool. Then if no one else is gonna take it, I will always let people take it before me for Boz, but you don't know that yet. But yeah, I'll take the 28 healing.
All the while you guys are healing up, Gizmo, as this entity is peering into your mind, it is a two-way highway establishing link with you. You get to pierce through it, and it acting as a psychic hub of this entire colony. You get a vision. Hundreds of Philithids descending upon your location, summoned forth by the brain, alarmed at your intrusion. They begin to close in from all sides, and that paranoia that you experience clings to you, becoming worse. You have time, yet as something else, that same voice of Tubulox, needs to suppress most of the signal and slow down the encroaching threat. But time is of the essence. They know you're here.
And essentially, that's what I will say. Gizmo will look up and it'll be like, I've seen things, and they're all around us, and they know we're here. We must not tarry. We must quickly to end this.
Game over, man. Game over.
Alright. Well, let's get going then. I'm getting sick and tired of this place. It's giving me the creeps with these fleshy walls and stuff.
Let's go. If you guys are okay to direct me, so basically hold my hand and pull me along, I can send the spider back out in front of us to scout ahead. I just won't be able to hear anything you guys are saying to me, but I can at least scout and give us, and I can tell you, I won't be able to hear anything you say back to me, but
It's
I can
okay.
tell you coming forward if you'd like.
I put the little fellow on my shoulders and carry him. and kick this door open because why
Kicking
not?
this door open, you expect like a nice, like satisfying crunch of wood or like the groan of metal. It is a very unsatisfying crunch of viscous slime as it just forth like goop.
My boot! That's gonna be hard to clean.
Right. As what you see ahead of you is some sort of a prison where mind flayers keep prisoners and that await dissection or metamorphosis. Looking around, you see a whole bunch of humanoid creatures, be they drow, dwagar, kobolds, and goblinoids, all wearing these alien-looking circlets upon their foreheads that pulsate in unison like a heartbeat, numbing them into a stupefied expression upon her face.
Do we identify that they are trolls, or maybe they are like waiting to become?
They do not seem to be reacting hostile to you. It's hard for me to answer your question whether or not they're thralls or not, but from what you can see, they have been psychologically muted, numbed, stupefied. They're clearly chained or otherwise secured, I want to say, to the walls and kept here as prisoners.
And we're talking about this
chamber to the north here that Ivan just opened. This hallway here, you can see glowing turquoise brine pools in distance. Yeah.
You know, I'll just break the chains like the like from the walls.
Okay. Careful not to snap the wrists. You target the whatever alien securement, breaking it apart, taking your time, but the prisoners therein remain sort of swaying back and forth like zombified creatures. Jaws slack, drooling.
I tried to use elite persuasion using my will to tell them run. If they don't, I'll just walk out.
As you concentrate on the command, run, the tadpole within your mind squirms behind your eyes, you feel the itch, and then something more powerful. Authority. And I'm not a nerd, I can do that. But as you see that they line up like in a two-file squadron and then charge headlong into the southern wall of yonder. They ran.
I'm sorry, Mike, but there's no coming back from this. It's almost having like one of them. What's that called? They just put like an ice pick through your eye. Lobotomized.
Lobotomized? While they're wearing these circlets on their foreheads?
Yeah. I'm just saying, it's like the...
Yeah.
Pretty much like how they're acting. It's a fate worse than death. I don't think there's ever coming back from this. What's been done is done.
But we may have fodder here, because... Follow us. That's the command. Authority.
You get a nice commoner body shield of 3 creatures.
Beautiful. That's all I need.
Oh, the old meat shield. All right.
Yeah. With the no on my shoulders, we keep going. Unless I'm gonna say north because it's here.
Lead the way, cause.
Cool. So first there's a chamber over yonder that's open, and then there's a greater chamber to the north. The chamber over yonder, directly to your left, seems to be some sort of a tadpole chamber. Inside this small room are 2 raised nursery pools with tadpole-like creatures swimming about. Those of you familiar with...
Zin like just clicks his heels and like flies over Durak, and goes for it and grabs himself a tadpole.
Okay. I grab the 3 of the other pool and I throw 1 to Bass. And there are 2 remaining.
No thanks. I've had my fill of these little bastards. I could just feel this hunger. It's nothing like with the taming. This is something deeper, something soft and like cracking open like a coconut, taking apart the insides. Speaking like how he kind of is hungering for brains, but he's trying to fight it.
Those of you who are proficient in either Arcana or Nature, you can attempt me a roll here. This is a sort of you guys spotting something passive. I'm just curious.
I'm not proficient on any of them.
Okay.
I have
Zin
no
will give it a for Arcana.
Yeah, if you're either Arcana or Nature, if you're proficient, you're looking at these pools and the behavior of your party members and whatever is swimming within. So both Gizmo and Zin, you spot something that's very obvious and easy, is that while these tadpoles are harmless by themselves for now, if left unoccupied for too long, they may start to eat each other, and the survivor will become a horrible monster known as a Neolithid, a giant purple worm that, if left unchecked, might escape this colony and wreak havoc upon the Underdark.
Out of character, I want the other party to find it, okay?
Choice is yours.
If no one else is going to grab another one, Zin will grab a second. And with those, if everyone's okay with that, he will pick up the skills. I have them listed. He's going to pick up Call the Weak and Mind Blast.
Yeah, I'll take 3. Freecast.
I'm just checking with Jep here. Your character would not be interested in partaking in these flare parasites, right?
No, he is physically repulsed. He cannot believe that they are doing this. He's
Listen, I'm with
just,
you.
like, so taken aback.
Yeah.
So it's just terrifying to him.
Gizmo's gonna
fascinating and terrifying. So
Gizmo's gonna come back to the main party after this. Like, you guys will not believe where it came from and what it these guys are just slurping down these worms.
it is so
We're
disgusting.
creatures of the
As you're-
Underdark.
as you're
We're not
watching them,
scared of
that-
Deadpool.
Voice of Cyrog, the voice of the Elder Brain, race within your mind as it witnessing these creatures slurping down its children, and it says, "Good, good. Thralls shall join united army." Just these words that have been sort of severed away from sentences form in your head as Cyrog seems to only approve at a bunch of creatures drinking in Metamorphosis. Yeah.
It's like Bass said, like, like he hungers for brain, I hunger for more.
So call the weak, the power. I will need Megan. What is the threshold then? It's your the proficiency bonus plus something?
So when you bring a creature down to fewer hit points than your number of evolved illicit power. So I'm going with that's 4?
Yeah, how many tadpoles did you consume?
4.
4. Cool. So anytime I'm 4 or below, I'll roll psych damage, and you might be able to do a lethal strike then. Sounds good. Otherwise, yeah. To the north, to save you guys time, is a resting pool, like a large 20-foot diameter pool that dominates the center of this room. The floor is like covered in like this thin layer of dust. And those of you who sort of scout around that area can tell that this is where the Elder Brain used to be kept. A large enough pool for the Elder Brain. But no more. This chamber has long not been visited. Should you wish to have, short rested in a place a little bit more safe, this would have been a good spot, but you guys opted to rest in the dissection lab, so who am I to tell you not to?
Really rest, because the healing spirit, it only appears for 1 minute.
Yeah, we technically didn't rest. If we want, I'm down
Yeah.
for a rest though.
If you need a rest, this will be a good spot for it. But yeah, nobody has been here for days. Reminder that you are being sort of surrounded.
Yes.
So you are pressed for time, but
Gizmo is going to insist. We can't tarry. We cannot. We must get moving.
All right.
They're
can-
coming for us.
you can rest. The consequence of which will be that I just add reinforcements that manage to make their way to protect the Elder Brain. If you give the Elder Brain time to prepare.
Yeah, I'm rolling with the party.
Okay.
That's fine. Seemed like a nice little spot to, maybe get a small wink in, but...
Brian Jacuzzi.
Yeah. But... Alright. Well then, let's start making our way back. We gotta find this bugger.
Okay. So real quick, just to resolve it, the other illicit powers you guys got is what? From all the templates?
Okay, chill of troll, free cast, and
Shield of Thrall, so
absorb.
you literally have them, yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna say transforming Displacer Beast because why not?
Do you? No, you don't need a wild chip for it. Okay, sounds good. Okay, sounds good.
Oh, I cannot do that one. Absorb intellect.
You can.
Yeah, I think I don't have the previous.
For displacer beast shape,
Mm-hmm.
you need either stage fright or the other one. Yeah.
I don't have it yet, so yeah.
For some reason,
So,
the
only
last window did not show up on the table. Okay. Okay, just for you to know that you have those temporary hit points and whatnot. So, as the group scouts further on into the later chambers, around in the corner, you begin to hear that same hum grow intense as you're nearing the energy source of the same hum you heard around those energy shields surrounding the Elder Brain. Around the corner, this room is filled with brains of different shapes and sizes in fluids fluid-filled jars, I want to say. In the center of the room stands a large alien mechanical device that buzzes loudly. A mind flare of grandeur size, with 6 face tentacles that extend down past its knees. Rather than the usual 4, stands by this device, adjusting knobs on a side panel. So as the rest of the party to navigate, I'm just describing what's around this corner here, so you guys can make your way all the way around if you want. As you navigate the twisting, shadowy corridors of the Silithid Hive, you sense the air grows colder, and the oppressive atmosphere thickens. As you see the creature that stands there in the center of the chamber, he turns. It's Tubulux, the Ulutharid of considerable stature and imposing presence. In appearance, both alien and ground, his large bulbous head adorned with a multitude of these writhing tentacles and various pieces of his clothing sort of hugging his face. His eyes gleaming with an unsettling intelligence that regards you with a mix of curiosity and calculation. His skin is mottled with shades of violet, with iridescent patterns that sort of shift slowly beneath the surface like an octopus skin. And the air around him hums with an aura of potent psionic energy, but none of that necrotic touch of Orcus. And as you slowly enter, he turns to face you. His movements slow, deliberate. His voice, though garbled and resonant, is imbued with a refined cadence that commands attention. Ah, how delightful to hold such intrepid souls. In the very heart of the hive, he begins, his tone drooping with both amusement and condensation. I am Tubulux, and it is with a mixture of anticipation and intrigue that I address you. You have managed to traverse the treacherous corridors of Cyrog's domain with a degree of tenacity that is not without merit. He pauses, his eyes narrowing as he appraises each of you in turn. His voice takes on a slightly more earnest quality as he continues. It has come to my attention that your intentions may align with certain aspirations I hold. You seek to dismantle the malign influence of Cyrog, yes? A noble endeavor. One that I find profoundly appealing. For you see, Cyrog's continued existence represents a barrier to my own ambitions. Should you succeed in your quest, it might pave the way for transformations most advantageous. His gaze shifts momentarily to a complex array of runes and arcane devices at his side, his tentacles writhing with a semblance of excitement. If you wish to see the barriers that protect Cyrog's sanctum dismantled, to make way for your bold gambit, you would find me amenable to such arrangements. I shall deign to disable the protections that shield the Elder Brain. In return, I trust that you shall handle the matters of Cyrog and its loyal minions without my direct involvement. To engage in such battle would be an act of treason on my part, one that I find distasteful, yet not beyond the realm of strategic necessity. He gives a slow, deliberate nod, his tentacles twitching with a mixture of anticipation and disdain. What do you do?
Alright, so we're doing all the heavy lifting. Because you find it distasteful.
But you're willing to disable these protections.
You feel an affirmative response in your mind.
Because what is bad for Cyrog might be good for you.
Cyrog, he says, is no more. What remains of him in the physical body is nothing more than a husk for an infestation that would be the destruction of both me and you. His time has passed. It is the dawn of a new age for the colony. One must take his place. You can sense that it is referring to itself, as well as responding to, you're making us do all the heavy lifting because, all that, because you don't want to betray your own kin. A response rings out in your mind as well, then. Do not mistake my reluctance to involve myself in the fray as a lack of interest. My desires are set upon a loftier goal, namely the ascension to the statue of Elder Brain myself. Should Cyrog be vanquished and Orcus's grasp loosened, such a prospect may well become reality. My loyalty to this colony is not without its own calculations, and I assure you my cooperation is not given lightly. I find the prospect of our alliance exhilarating, if I might be so bold. You can feel a disdain in his voice towards a Dweger among you, a lesser species, but the alliance, an advantageous strategic maneuver of his.
Well, I guess it's what that old saying is, the enemies of my friends. Looks to the rest of the group, kind of shrugs, and Cyrog poses as the bigger threat, especially with Orcus right behind him. Can't let the underdog fall.
And do not forget that if it weren't for me, you would still be floating in those vats, nothing more than experimental goop for my people.
And Gizmo will reluctantly take one step forward and ask, so, they are after us, and they know we are here. There are those pursuing us from every direction right now. Do you have those perhaps loyal to you that could distract some of our pursuers?
While my power is mighty, I cannot contest against the influence of Orcus. It is his hand that moves them. Through the psionic resonance of the dead Cyrog, they are commanded. Sever the connection, destroy Cyrog, and that influence will be mine to grasp. I will see to it that you are escaped from here unharmed. But as you said, time is of the essence and every second counts. I can do what I can to suppress the worst of it, but linger here and both you and I will face dire consequence. Destroy the brain. Sever Orcus' influence. I shall see to the rest.
Surely there are some of your kind who are not yet under his sway. No?
I fear that by nature of my people, the hierarchy of it, the power of an elder brain is mighty. The way that Mind Flayer works, the brain acts as the central hub commanding the entire colony, which now Orcus puppets. This Ulitharid seems not to be under its sway, but from what you can recall from having read through your scholar pursuit about Illithid kind, an Ulitharid rises to existence once in an age to replace an elder brain or become its own colony. This one seems to have prospects of its own to replace Cyrog once it is dead, but it is a unique among its kind. The rest are as good as thralls.
Zin just kind of is nodding his head, kind of patting his beard, and then you just see him click his heels and he floats up into the air 5 feet and he's just like, well, you heard him. Best get going. And he just starts flittering out the room on his winged boots.
Elucidate me further, if you will. How do you intend to proceed with this grand endeavor? And what assurances might you provide that our mutual goals shall be met? For this capricious dance of power, the alignment of our interest may well determine the ultimate outcome of our ambitions. Which is a very, very verbose way of asking, what is your plan?
We ever have a plan?
No. Did not. I would hate to be seeing you return to the vat.
I was about to
all
say.
of the vents.
Do you have
The cloud
suggestions?
silence is like as much as we've ever come up with a plan before entering a room.
That was an impressive plan.
Not many things
Time
can.
about it.
Not many things can withstand a blade. But do you have a suggestion about it? How to deal with it?
Are you asking Tubulox?
Yes.
His part to play in this is to bring down the various shields granting you access to Cyrog. Beyond that, he is operating in the dark. While unseen by the Elder Brain, he must maintain a covert sort of presence in this entire plan. Should you fail, to guarantee his existence will continue. So he is not directly gonna, act against his people or anything. He's gonna give you the opportunity here.
So Zin looks back as he's still floating in the air and is like, well, you seem to know Cyrog quite. He's in the ins and outs of how he works, how his being.
The old Elder Brain is just watching through Gizmo's eyes.
Oops.
Shield your eyes.
You see Gizmo put both hands over his eyes.
He must have an innate weakness. Perhaps you can share with the class.
Or Or at the least, let us know his location and what the other hazards are that we might encounter on our way.
An elder brain is a powerful entity, but none, save you, were able to come this close to it, which has me wonder what secret you hold to have masked yourself thus far from its psionic connection, to have stopped you miles off from its lair. For you to have encroached this close, you must have some ace in your sleeve. That is your strength.
I move one of the trolls with authority to see if it means anything for him.
Then you are already doomed, I say, to undergo metamorphosis and become one of my kind. Know that I will take care of you should you succeed. I'll be kind, I'll give you purpose once you transform and join the grand design. Her form will be perfect when interchange happens, it says, taking pride in the process of metamorphosis, not knowing that you're in fact protected.
Okay.
Aye, you're right. When it all goes tits up, yeah, sure. All yours, mate.
Know that your efforts are most valiant and your sacrifice will not be in vain. You will go on still. With purpose. Now go, it says, and with a wave of its hand you can see the machine behind him begin to power down as with a psionic command. It severs the energetic connection. From somewhere up above you hear the sound of fuels going down, and the glow of the machine recedes. You have mere moments. You recognize it begin to gesture in front of it as it begins to spend space to plane shift you upwards, up the floor. You be ready to face off the Elder Brain, creating a gate.
Oh, fuck, okay. I would say...
Or do you want to take the stairs? I don't care.
I had a very small plan, but for me and Durak, I was gonna say we have invisibility, so we could. I don't know if it would have like true sight or anything though, but we could try. I could try to use as much of my, shadow powers to get as close as we can, or try to get like at least the jump on it, while they get some magic and some might ready.
It can place you right outside the chambers of the Elder Brain.
I was gonna say if we could go for like a surprise on it, that would be kind of dope.
I think not, says the Elder Brain in Gizmo's mind. It sees, it knows.
Well, I did what I could do. Oh yeah, I don't want to point something out. Remember when I said that the energy fields were going right underneath the floor, and I said, that's what they want us to think. See? I was thinking ahead. I knew we'd find another way rather than brute force. It's all up in me noggin. If
Oh,
anyone
clever.
does remember. Yeah.
Then just goes up to. Are you still in rage form?
Oh yeah, I can walk around in a werewolf.
Yeah, lycanthropy doesn't have a
Yeah.
limit.
So Zin's still floating around. He goes. He goes up to Baz and just kind of like pats his head, says, "Good boy, you figured it out. I'm proud of you."
No mere dog.
Gives your lycanthropy.
Yeah. Fuck around, dude. I'm ready as any. If he's waiting, then this is gonna be a show to, a real big extravaganza.
Let's go. Even though we could have surprise, we totally won't have surprise because he totally knows we're coming.
Nick, how are you doing health-wise?
So
Not too bad.
Prior to leaving this room, Gizmo is going to pull a stubby little gadget from his pack, crack the breech on something that looks similar to a flare gun. He's going to load several stout darts into the chambers, close the breech, pull back a spring-loaded plunger and fire one dart into each of his comrades.
Oh, okay. I thought you were firing
Yes.
at my Ulithar. I was like, good luck with that.
Nope. Who cast Aid.
Nice.
Ooh, nice.
Increasing HP by 10 and healing for 10. Nice.
Oh,
So
small
that's
little prick.
Max
Oh,
HP and add 10.
Yeah, and I'll drink one killing potion, so 2d4s feels enough.
I got a couple potions left if you need some topping off. But it would be a good idea to keep one or two around, maybe.
If you're looking for advice, I would advise against utilizing these meat shields. For you see, you think you have command, but the Elder Brain will only turn these thralls against you in battle. Also, it would be a waste of experiment for later.
Durak will decapitate the Mitchells.
No, it's okay. That's not what I had in. My laboratory, says the.
My laboratory.
You guys could have just taken those crowns off of them instead of breaking them. You didn't kill them. Fuck.
Dude, low key,
Damn.
everyone's a murder hobo.
Yeah, this party's awful. Good thing this is a one shot.
We hired a group of cutthroats.
The Ulithar just looks down at the decapitated corpses with no betrayal of emotion, but more like a cold, calculating, logical statement of like, what a waste. You could have simply taken off those devices should you were feeling more philanthropist. Anyways, time is of the
They would
essence.
have been. You only guaranteed our safety getting out of here if we succeed. If
Do
we
not-
bring these with us.
Do not try and
with their
gaslight
own
me
minds,
into thinking
they're
that this
just gonna-
murder is on my
they're
hands.
just gonna be a liability. In our way.
You
So,
killed them, Tom. Okay.
this was a kindness on our part.
Sure, it says
No.
not wishing to argue further, seeing an illogical pathway in arguing further. The teleport lies beyond it. You can see the familiar hallways upstairs, just outside the layer of the mind flare, lifted brain, elder brain.
All right. Let's do this then.
Sing,
Ego,
consume the last worm. Do this. Power yourself up.
who did you give it to?
You don't have like an extra worm? Like there were 6 worms. You took 2. You have 1
I
extra.
did think, sure, I have an extra one. Yeah, let me figure out what extra power I want. Which would also increase my call the week to 5.
Oosh, what is this?
For the sake of this map, I'm gonna say you guys are just outside with the hallway, so you will have opportunity to sneak in on this. Even though Nick, I cannot give you a group surprise round because Gizmo is linked.
No,
He
that's
tried-
totally fine.
He
Yeah,
tried
I
to
totally
sever the
understand.
link, and if he would have succeeded, I would have been able to grant a surprise round. But as it stands, the brain knows. That's just how it works in Slayer.
Yeah. No, that's fair. That's fair.
Okay.
Yeah,
Totally cool.
So Tom Zinn is gonna take a psionic backlash.
That's a reaction, just so you know. Okay.
Yep.
Because it's not like class actions. Let me read real quick. So as you guys get pushed through space ahead into another part of this layer to the heart of the hive, you see a large room that contains columns to the right and left leading toward a large greenish brine pool. Inside the pool sits a grotesque 10-foot diameter brain with sickening black tendrils. The brain is covered with a sickly black lesions and runes carved around the room emit a pale blue light on the scene throughout. So for the sake of these columns here will provide you cover, 3/4 cover if you hide behind them. Cyrog seems to resonate alarm at your approach. You can feel what it feels. It knows something is wrong, especially now that barriers have been deactivated. But then you sense something else, arrogance. And it does not immediately call for help. It wants you to approach, hoping to enslave these intruders. So, I'm gonna have you guys roll initiative. You can still talk to it if you will, but it's gonna be in initiative along with you guys as we face off the Elder Brain.
Let's go. We go.
We go.
We go.
Yep.
Oh,
So you think you are okay, Abomination, by yourself? Oh, nice. 20.
Yeah, good initiatives.
Yeah.
You are prepared. As prepared as you will. Have to be. I am measuring cloud kill already. Huh? I'm just reading its stat block real quick to see what sort of actions it has.
Try to do the legendary action thing.
I am.
Like,
It also has layer actions too, so
Oh, fuck that.
so I'm just reading.
maybe it doesn't have the lair actions yet because it's only recently moved to its new lair.
Or maybe this is not
Got
his
him.
house, you know? Maybe it's the house of someone else.
And he's just visiting.
Exactly. Mm.
Okay, cool. So I just had to understand this. Okay, so as its layer action, the very top of initiative, breaking all initiative ties. Woo! Gizmo actually ruled higher than layer action initiative. So Gizmo gets to act first. That's cool.
Do
Alright.
it, Gizmo! Do it, my boy!
Because layer actions are 20, breaking initiative ties, but he ruled 22. Nice. So you sense the malice in your head as it begins to force its will and trying to lock you and your allies in place to hold you there, but you get to retaliate, so go for it.
So I wish I had thought out this better, but I don't have something specifically prepared for my first assault. I still have Hunter's Mark prepared,
Yes.
so I will use my bonus action to place it on the brain.
That was good.
And then for my action, let me just do a quick measurement.
This song goes out for you, Nick.
Oh, hell yeah, let's go.
Hey.
Oh, be, I got to be.
We go, boys.
Let's go.
So it is within the range, so I am going to yeah, I'm going to do this. I am going to cast Fairy Fire on the Elder Brain.
Nice.
So
Hell yeah.
I twist the nozzle on the little wand-like tool that I carry and release a widespread area of colored flames which cling to, without burning, the Elder Brain. It's a DC 17 Dex.
I rolled a natural 20 because of advantage, but otherwise it would have rolled 18.
Oh,
Damn.
So,
Nice
yeah.
entry.
So as this,
Dex? Man.
it has a dex of plus
Oh,
0.
it's just rolled.
It's just rolls.
natural.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
So you are
I
targeting.
can't give him his.
It's in its pride pool. It doesn't have any dexterity. It's just that while you are targeting its weakness, I just rolled really high. Yeah. So I'm gonna flavor it as the flame sort of just about hit it, spur about it, and then split in either direction as it wills it to sort of. Yeah.
Can
they just
inspiration be
kinda-
used to make him re-roll or no?
Of course.
Is it only for allies?
course.
Oh, it can? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's do that. I'll use. That was a good move. Smart move. So yeah, I'll use inspiration.
To like impose disadvantage, and say, I'll allow it. It's not how inspiration works, but I'll allow it because it's good narrative.
Oh,
so
I mean, yeah, okay.
no, I'll allow it. We'll see. See? Nice.
I got you, boy.
It wills it to split apart, like parting the Red Sea, and then you concentrate, and it just clings to him, illuminating him the brain in a color of your choice: purple, blue, or green.
Yes, nice bright purple.
Nice. Okay.
Narratively, I just kind of help with the shadow magic-ish, just from my fingertips, and kind of help with it.
Yeah, as the sparks and flames flutter on down, they all roll off except the very last one, which lands and takes purchase on the brain and spreads, giving it a nice lavender glow.
Lavender. Okay.
And then Gizmo will use a little movement to hide behind the closest column.
Sounds good. Breaking line of sight with it, but you can still feel that feeling of eyes on the back of your neck as it senses you. Nonetheless, layer action. It will attempt to force of will target one creature it can sense within 120 feet of it and anchor it by sheer force of will. I'm going to roll a d6 here, with Gizmo being 1.
Don't.
Don't.
Okay.
Gizmo, please give me a DC 18 Charisma saving throw. And let me read if it has any advantages because of the link. I don't think so, but no, it doesn't. Okay.
DC 18 Charisma saving throw.
Yes.
As a rock gnome, I have advantage against magic, but
Go for
I don't
it.
know if that counts. All right, I will. Nope.
Okay. So anchoring you in place, you are grappled essentially with 0 movement until, well, I rolled randomly, so I don't have much strategy here. And then we have Durak starting his turn.
Okay, just to be clear, is this part of the Elder Brain, or like if I get to this point, can I attack it with 5 feet reach?
Let's say the edge
Or-
of the pool.
Okay.
No, you know what? No, wherever it shows up on the map. So these 4 squares here, like so. This is the Elder Brain.
Okay.
Okay.
That's Elder Brain. Okay. Just checking.
Of course.
Maybe like here.
So yeah, so the spirit will definitely get there. Well, he cannot reach to the Elder Brain completely with the greatsword. He can do it with a halberd. So you see that the spirit starts swinging it in the air, jumps and slashes down with it.
Also, as you're approaching the beast, you get to gauge its reach as you're fighting it. This buddy has a 30-foot reach with its tentacles.
Oh, whoa!
Just so
Then
you
I
know.
would like to flavor it that I was avoiding tentacles as I was running.
Yeah.
And cutting them. Okay. Advantage on the halberd. It's not magical. Does it? Why is -1? Ah, yeah, I see why. Does a 13 hit?
A 13 strikes. This giant undead brain has an armor class of 10.
Okay, so both of them hit. So 39 slashing damage, and I'm raging. So you see the room goes cold, and you hear whispers in the air.
I'm gonna say that while it has an armor class of 10, guys, at 39 did not even make it flinch.
Oof. Oof.
Yeah,
Oh,
Kind of suspected that it might have a little bit of health.
just a little bit. Remember, you have advantage on your strikes because of Fair Fire. I'm gonna put a little icon like purple on one to remind Fair Fire. But yeah.
yeah.
Cool.
And that's all for me. Rage and 2 attacks.
At the end of your turn, I'm going to take a legendary action from the Elder Brain as it swings wide its tentacle Uppers. I'm just reading what's better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do a tentacle strike against Ivan over yonder. You're gonna possibly take damage if I strike against your armor class with an 18.
It's a hit.
21 bludgeoning damage as the tentacle wraps up around you and you're grappled in its grasp. You take additional psychic damage at the start of each of your turns until the grapple ends. And that's how it's going to use one of its tentacles, as we have initiative then go to Zin.
Okay, I use my reaction. As he's constricting me, you see like it disappears. Like the tentacle goes even harder, and there is a spirit in there. As I reappear, here I'm gonna say.
Can you explain to me what feature you use? Because what do you mean you
Sure,
spear?
I'm used Gale of the Cloud Giant. So when I get attacked by an attack roll, I can teleport 30 feet from myself, and I get resistance to that damage, instance of damage.
Do you still take the damage?
I take damage, yeah, just
Sounds good.
resistance.
And with a puff of ethereal smoke, you vanish and apparate was utilizing the Cloud Giant rune upon your piece of armor or weapon, wherever you have it. Cool. Giving initiative to Megan's character, Zin.
Perfect. So Zin kind of calls out, try to give it some space so I can not hit you with future attacks, because I realize most of my spells are area spells. But in the meantime, giving her companions time to hopefully get out of the way, will focus upon Cyrog and cast Blight, which is a con save.
Cyrog will use one of his legendary resistances as a reaction, choosing to succeed on a save. So what is, do they take half damage from success?
Yeah, you take half damage. So let's roll Blight. So he takes 20 necrotic damage.
Okay,
And question,
Yeah.
don't you wanna roll just in case like he succeeds, so you don't burn it?
So I use legendary resistance, which means I succeed automatically.
I don't know, I know, but you can roll, so
I don't want
you
to.
may not have to. Okay,
I
that's
don't
fair.
want to because of something I was gonna just say. So it does not know what spells you're casting. It is unable to penetrate your mind and read your thoughts before you like to telegraph what you're about to do. So it just sees a great spell, a great weaving of the weave, launch toward it, and it will attempt to just sort of resiliently stand against it. But as soon as the spell actually wraps itself around it, and you attempt to sap the juices from it with a blight spell, you feel a cacophonous like laughter surround the chamber. It is immune to necrotic damage, being an entity of Orcus, god of undeath. Your 40 necrotic damage does nothing to it. But he did burn its legendary resistance nonetheless.
Okay, so with that, she repeats once more to her companions, try to back away from it. Those are area spells. And that's her turn.
Okay, legendary action. After Megan's character's turns, I'm gonna go ahead and break concentration.
Oh, sorry. Zin would also go over here. Sorry. So take the cover.
Sure, I'm gonna break the concentration on that psychic link and severing it. The other brain targets one creature within 120 feet of it which has a psychic link with it, causing that creature to have disadvantage on ability checks, attack rolls, and saving throws until the end of that creature's next turn. It just severs it, snapping at your mind there, Gizmo. And that's gonna be the end of that. But you feel alleviated as that sense of being watched alleviates off you, as it concentrates on its defenses instead, and then takes its turn. On its turn, it's going to read what it can do. You
The
are
big brain.
You are strong. You will serve. And it will cast Dominate Monster on Durak, our Iron Shadow. Durak, can you make me a DC 18, what is it, Wisdom? Wisdom saving throw, please, against the effects of Dominate Monster.
Oh my god.
You have advantage of it, but disadvantage from the elixir for a total of 16.
Yes, total
You're charmed.
16.
Oh no.
Charming you, it wheels you, commands you to turn upon your allies and fight them like they are your true enemies. Please, use all the attacks in your disposal to get rid of these intruders to his chamber, as you are charmed. Reminder that he is charmed until he either shakes off the effect at the end of his turn, or if damaged, he gets to another attempt at that save. The brain will continue then concentrating on that ability of its.
Make saves at the end of his turn. I remember because I got this, and I couldn't make
And
saves at
then-
the end of my turn. Big damage.
Action. Do I have any bonus actions? Bonus action. It's gonna waste its bonus action attempting to establish a psychic link with Zin. Zin, being immune to this, thanks to the Tadpole Elixir, gets the benefit of straight up succeeding on this. So it's gonna waste its bonus action there and give the turn then to Bajorak.
Cause, snap out of it. You damn beast. With the little bit of knowledge he has with arcane arts and everything, with his hold on him, he's gonna brandish the pistol from his belt. He was gonna do something else. It's like, not today. You won't take him. And then I'm gonna fire all 6 shots.
Adam, you won't take him. His mine.
No. I'm shooting. No. At the Elder Brain. At the Elder
Okay.
Brain. Okay. No.
I was like, oh, sure.
You
like,
can't have him. Only me. No, I'm sorry. This is all at the Elder Brain. I want to try and break concentration.
For sure.
And they are all at advantage too. So, I am really trying to help you out here, buddy. But I'm going to use that pistol. So here we go with 6 shots.
It's high noon.
20.
Anything higher than 10 will hit.
Yeah, so that's
Concentration.
yeah,
against
so that's
10
1.
damage. I have to
2.
maintain concentration against DC. The first shot breaks
Well, I'm still
concentration. Wow, my
Fuck
box
yeah,
is
let's go,
useless.
Yeah. Well, I still have to use it all. I think it says you have to use all the shots.
Yeah, well,
Like it's
I mean,
like a
you get to
rapid-
choose
yeah,
targets,
yeah.
but the only one target is the brain, I would imagine, at this point.
Yes. So we're just going off on it. So that's 1, 2,
He's rolling machine gun.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Did any of those miss below 10?
No.
So give me the
No,
total
they're all
damage,
at advantage.
please, in fire.
So we have. Good thing. Okay. So we are 10, 20, 26, 30, 40, 45. Fire.
Big. As you singe the brain
Big.
parts, you can see the wet parts of it begin to evaporate with a puff of this white and green smoke that as you melt off the brine and the brain matter with each strike, it shakes the entire chamber, making brain quakes spread about its pool and throughout the chamber, nearly toppling the columns throughout as it screams in pain. The charm effect ends on Durak.
Cool. Yeah, so then I'm gonna continue moving over here. After that, holster the pistol. I don't really have too much in the way of bonus actions right now. I do need to get, you know what, let's go a little bit closer. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Yeah, we're good. So, that's my turn.
Many dark tentacles burst out of the brain from each scorch marked spot from your spell coming from the gun. A black tentacle bursts out to sort of cauterize and heal that wound and also grab about as it casts Arms of Hadar at 5th level.
Ooh, fuck, that's a good one.
So each creature within 10 feet of it, as it invokes the power of Hadar, the dark hunger, whatever, tendrils of dark energy erupt from it and batter all creatures within 10 feet. Each of those creatures must succeed on a strength saving throw, please. On a failed save, you take the damage. It's 12 plus 25 necrotic for a total of 37. You take half damage on success, and if you're hit, you cannot take reactions.
Nick, you tend to play barbarian. Do they have advantage on strength saves?
Are you raging?
Yeah, I'm raging.
You do. Any athletics?
Okay.
Let me check athletics. If you get.
I know in athletics I have it.
Let me check. It's gonna take me 2 seconds to open the PHP here.
Yeah, I think it gives
Yeah.
you advantage on
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So both of me pass, like me and the spirit pass.
Nice. You take half the damage, which would be half of 37.
Okay, half the spirit dies. 37,
18.
18.
Rounding up damage, right? So
Yeah.
19. Yeah. Is it rounding
Perfect.
down or up? I have a brain fart right now.
Down.
Down. 18 damage. All right. That's gonna be.
What was the length on Arms of Hadar?
It's 10-foot range.
Oh,
So
just in case.
it wouldn't reach Ivan. It would
Yeah.
reach his shadow. So
Okay.
and now I'm giving the initiative then to Bajarak. Unless you already went.
No, I already went.
No. Yeah.
Arms of Adar will have not hit me then?
No.
Only the shadow?
10-foot reach on the spell.
Okay.
Okay. Moving this along then. Bajarak?
I just took it. Oh.
Okay.
Am I going again?
No. I might just have lost track because it's with legendary
Oh,
actions.
no, I'm good. I
So
ended
top
my-
of initiative we have Gizmo then. Okay.
So, am I still grappled after it took damage? Is there a- is
let me
there
read it
a
again. Force of
concentration?
will. By sheer will, the target must succeed on DC 18 charisma saving throw or be unable to leave its current space. It can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turns, ending the effect on itself on success. So you're still grappled? Yes.
Okay. From my position behind this column,
Mhm.
you said I have 3/4 cover.
Correct.
Does that mean I would be able to shoot at the target
Yes.
from where I am, or would I have to move?
No, unless you had total cover, you are able to shoot from behind cover, yes.
Excellent. Then
Yeah. Mind you, that the turn, like, it sort of, like, goes both ways. If you have 3/4 cover and you're shooting from behind 3/4 cover, it's sort of like attacking behind corners, if you ever saw that diagram. I'm gonna give it +2 to its armor class, not 3/4 cover, but half cover. Bring its AC to 12, if that really matters. Just because you are shooting from around a corner, but that's about it.
Okay. All right. Interesting. I've never heard it explained that way. I think of 3/4 cover as shooting from like behind an arrow slit or something like that, where I'm protected but the target's not.
I hear you. It's just that, like, I'm just following whatever the module says right now.
Which is fine. It's fine by me. I'll
Yeah.
go with it. So I'm going to take 2 shots with pew pew.
I mean, like, it doesn't matter how much AC it has, you're rolling, like, barely ever below 15. Both strike.
13 and 14 for 27 points of magical piercing damage.
As you pierce through the brain.
Magical bolt
Yeah.
blast in there and just kind of leave a little hole and dissipate.
From where the hole remains, you can see already those tentacles begin to sprout forth more arms as it begins to sort of wrap itself in those tendrils, forming a slimily black shield around itself, trying to protect itself. If that will be the end of your turn, at the end of your turn, you get that DC 18 charisma saving throw against the effect of Force of Will. It's nope. It's gonna use a layer action to cast. What shall it cast?
Oh, as my bonus action, though, I can still command Clank.
Yeah. So
I will command him to rush forward and take a swing. Get up there, you bucket of bolts.
it spreads out its many arms as just as Clank begins to charge through. He for a moment he gets like slowed in his movement as if he's moving through like thick oil or something, and then he bursts on through to his space there. And behind Clank and spreading to almost bisect the chamber is a wall of this purplish force that spreads out. So Clank makes his way here. Does he get an attack?
Yes.
Nice.
As long as I was waiting for you to finish that narrative because I wasn't sure if it was going to prevent his attack.
No, it happens right before.
Okay. So he will take his swing, force and power rend.
Hits the squishy membrane of the brain.
22 to hit, so he will do a whopping 3 force damage.
Hey man, damage is damage. Remember you have advantage on all strikes too, guys, because he's still fairy fired while our friend there maintains concentration. Yeah, so that when a squish hits as the metal fist hits true, we then have a wall of force manifest, and I've never used this spell before in my life, not even with Strahd, so let me just read it real quick. Wall of force. I type force of force. Wall of force.
That's a strong shit.
An invisible wall of force springs into existence at a point you choose within range. A wall appears in any orientation you choose, as a horizontal or vertical barrier, or at an angle. It can be free-floating or resting on a solid surface. You can form it into hemisphere dome with a radius of up to 10 feet, or you can shape a flat surface made up of 10 by 10 foot. How many of them? 10 by 10. Okay, gotcha. Each panel must be continuous. Yep. Okay, so let's see. So nothing physical can pass through the wall. It is immune to all damage and can't be dispelled by dispel magic. Can't be dispelled by disintegrate, I would imagine. And extends to the ethereal plane. So there's that. Blocking ethereal creatures. 10 by 10. All right, let's draw this. Where's my draw tool? Make it nice purple and use the square shape tool. 10 by 10.
10 by 10? Damn.
Yeah, okay. 10. Yeah, well, it is a 5th level evocation spell. So I would imagine.
But even that's a 5 by 10.
I debated that one. So nice.
10 by 10. Cool, that's almost perfectly what I need. 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, so I'm gonna say it forms a wall like this, and it is 20 feet high because there's more panels on top of it. Granting me 2 more to use for a spell. It must be continuous. Can I make it like this, I wonder? By its language?
I think so.
Oh, it has to be from end to end.
You can still draw that in one line.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that works.
With continuous with another panel. I don't know what that word means. Fuck it, I'm going to just say it's going to be like this for the sake of simplicity. That's all I need, really. So it's going to go ahead and cast Wall of Force. That is a concentration spell as well.
Could you link it, please?
What? Wall of Force?
The Wall of Force. Yeah.
You can look it up in the compendium under spells, but I can for sure paste it. I have it here somewhere. Yeah, there you go. And it's concentration. Oh, okay, so it acts to bisect the ranged characters from the melee here.
Wider. You only put them 5 feet wide. They're 10 feet wide.
Right.
It's okay.
What?
You
What?
put them 5 by 10.
I did not, because we also have a Z-axis for this map. They're not platforms, they're walls. Okay.
Yes.
So, they're 10 by 10. It's a plane, 10 feet by 10 feet. I put them like vertically from the floor up to the ceiling, and I stack them one on top of another to form a flat wall.
Yes, okay, I can see here. They're very thin.
So whoever has the turn next after this legendary action, go ahead with your turn.
Okay, you are trapped here with me.
You're locked in here with me.
or with us. And one of the spirits appeared next to him, and he's gonna do some real bad damage. So 2 attacks first with advantage, not 20. So everything over 10. And I'll give you the final damage at the end.
Give me
So
the,
after
the
that,
first instance of damage, please, because you are trying to break concentration here. So what's the natural 20
Okay.
damage?
27, 38.
38 damage.
Yes.
Cool. I'm just here for the fun of it. The wall. Thanks.
Yeah. Another spirit
damn.
appears as I use Unleash Incarnation. So
Hate it
a
here.
third attack. I told you, you are trapped with me, man. And you feel like Durak grabs his head for a second as the worms start to increase the adrenaline in his body. He's moving faster, way fast, as I use Free Cast. So I can use Action Surge without having it. So 2 more attacks with Release Incarnation once more, so 6 attacks.
Roll that damage. Roll that damage.
Spell. Hold on. I'm reading it. I'm still reading free casting. You're spamming here. Spell slots, charges, or similar resources cost for your next action or spell are removed.
Yeah, Action Surge. That's the one I'm using.
It's not.
Okay, that's fair.
Do you have a? Do you? It's not action surge. It's a spell slot or charge for like a. Did you hit? Fine.
Everything hits. Everything hits.
I was still damage.
Okay, let me do the big math because on this one, yeah, I do need it. 12 plus 6 plus 12.
It's fine. We're coming back to level 5 after this. It's fine.
59 on the
Enjoy
second
it
instance.
while it lasts. The tadpole's the power. Enjoy it while it lasts. Like, we're back to hell after this.
83 without counting the 37 initial.
Now go back to PG3 and try and do that with free cast, and you tell me if that works.
I think it does. I'm not sure really. Like I don't remember. I think it's Action Surge was in there. Total 120. I think so.
How much?
120, I think.
Oh!
Let me check my math just to be sure.
I'm sure it makes sense somehow. I'm just wondering
Wait a minute.
how at level 10.
Gizmo's back here behind the wall
I'm
trying
sorry,
to peek
Ivan.
around.
I'm gonna be a
Hey
DM
guys,
here.
what's happening?
I'm gonna be a DM here and tell you that free cast is to be used as like a free spell slot or charge for an item.
Okay, that's fair,
Or
man.
Or
I'm
maybe
not-
like a key point or a
Yeah, or
sorcery
something like that.
point
But
Yeah.
actions are, it's just
It-
insane.
or something, guy.
It's
It
fair. It's fair.
It is so munchkin that I'm like sitting here like this was not fun to receive. So I'm gonna call it here.
Okay.
Do you
In that case,
do you want to like cast
total-
smite or something, man? Like, give me 120 plus damage. I'm like, what is this?
fuck. So in that case, it's only 12, 37,
I can't even let her resist this, man. Like, what are you doing to me?
61 damage only.
Okay, let me look something up real quick.
I think it's just so funny
61.
that a lot of people know the term munchkin, and everyone's like, "Yep, I know exactly who you're talking about."
My good God, man. Is any of it a magical effect? No, it's all just
No.
you slashing just man with sword. Good God. All right, so yeah, you obviously bloody it. Anything else in your turn?
No, that's all.
Okay, cool.
I'm surprised it's alive, that's all.
It's surprising to sense an emotion from an illicit creature, but you do sense anger as it's pissed off and in pain. It will attempt to sever the concentration of the fairy fire. I should have done this from turn 1, but I didn't want to be a dick about it. The Elder Brain targets one creature within 120 feet of it, which it has a psychic link with. Bonus action psychic link, please. Is this going to be against Gizmo?
You already severed. I'm
re-establishing it as a bonus action first. Please.
Oh.
Element 1 incapacitated. Oh, you have to be incapacitated. I am cooked. I can't break concentration because you're not incapacitated. Yeah.
And
restrained.
just Tom, if it was like of any consolation, I was gonna do the same to my teammates, okay? When I got like
It's not any
mind
consolation.
control.
Shut the fuck up. It's not any consolation. I'm doing damage. That's what do you mean? If the target, no. No, I'm cooked. I can't rest damage links because you are aware of your mind. Fairy fire is gonna be a problem. Do I have movement speed? Can I get out of here? Yeah. Okay. You're just gonna hit me with a opportunity attack if I do that. Man.
Yes.
Man. Okay, that's fine. I got something for this. It's plane shifts out of here and it's done. No.
He's like Deuce's Orcus. I'm out.
Appears to the battle.
God. Tentacle attack against Ivan's character for 19 to hit, please.
It
will
hits.
Strike you for 22 bludgeoning damage. Again, grappling you in place, and unless you can bullshit teleport over there. And it's gonna be psychic damage at the beginning for turns until you get out of that. So that's one grapple against you. As it begins to rise from its pool and sort of swim out, I'm gonna say. Closer. It has 5 feet movement speed. That's wonderful.
Crawl!
It's doing all that as a
Crawl!
reaction? Is it doing all that as a reaction?
Yeah.
Not
As
its turn.
not a reaction, as a legendary action, but yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, legendary action.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing in between turns.
Legendary action.
Yeah. I can't move as a legendary action. Alright, cool. Whose turn is it next?
Zin's, because I think Dorak took his turn. Yeah, that was all the smash. I am extra. I smashed the A button to just keep hitting with my sword. So seeing that it's getting aggravated and it might maybe start moving as it shifts around, Zin is going to concentrate on the far corner over here and cast Maelstrom. As you see on this point of the, I'm going to say it's the ground, but it's kind of like next to the pillar, over here, very, very back of the room, this almost tornado of water appears. From this point, 30-foot radius of water that appears as the maelstrom forms, and I'm sorry, constructs and echoes. You were in the way. I did tell you to get out of the way. And a body of water, and it appears, and it becomes difficult terrain, and any creature that starts its turn there must succeed on a strength saving throw or take bludgeoning damage and be pulled towards the center, which is over here.
Okay.
Strength save. Which
At
I
the-
believe that from there it does.
Yeah, at the
it
beginning
does
of
go
its
to the echo.
turn.
and
Is that the end of your turn?
That's my turn, and people can take its stuff and roll it for your state.
Yeah, can you put the spell? Sorry.
Yeah, you need to link it.
Thank you. Okay, it's at the start.
You're gonna
At the start
burn
of a turn. So
through another one of his
the maelstrom
legendary
is-
resistances. It succeeds. So do I suffer damage on a success?
No.
Okay, you burn through another
But
one
it
of its.
doesn't go away. It stays there. So.
Gotcha. All right. Starting my turn then. All the brains are really weak once they cannot establish psychic links, which is for all right. It's fine. Attempting to then down the fighters surrounding it. It will attempt a tentacle attack. You know what? I'll do a mind blast. Creatures of the Elder Brother's choice within 60 feet of it must succeed on DC 18 intelligence saving throw or take psychic damage and be stunned for 1 minute. The target can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turn. When it says creatures of the Elder Brother's choice within 60 feet of it, it doesn't mention any sight, so it's just sense. 60 feet of it will be measured as thus. Circle from it 60 feet. That's going to be the entire chamber. Everybody, please make me that saving throw.
Oh boy.
Damage.
Death saving throw.
Yeah. 5d10 plus 5.
I failed.
Let's turn up the knob here a little bit. 33 psychic
Charisma,
damage.
was it?
Intelligence.
It is intelligence saving throw DC 18.
Intelligence save. Thank you.
Action, no bonus actions. Legendary actions pending here as we then give the turn over to Bajorak, who is, you said you were stunned?
I will use flash. I will use
Yeah, I'm
flash
stunned now.
Flash of Genius,
I will
okay?
use flash to give Zin 5 points on her roll.
Okay, so Megan's character, you get 5 for a total of 18. The Jut saving it. Nice. And then we have Bajorak rolling the intelligence saving throw again at the end of his turn against effective stun.
Yeah.
18. It's a boss.
3.
Gizmo then, still retaining his sanity there, and maintaining his concentration on favorite fire, gets the turn. Right after I do a legendary action to just, yeah, no, honestly, that was the best move I could have had. I'll cast Telekinesis, because I never cast a spell and I want to do something fun for myself. I'll cast Telekinesis as a legendary action. It's a big spell, so bear with me here. Concentrating upon a spell, it gains the ability to move and manipulate creatures or objects by thought alone. As an action, each round for the duration, it can extend its will on one creature or object that it can see within range, causing the appropriate effect. Is this something you can do at the beginning of this turn, or is it a legendary action? I'm going to say legendary action. Spell creatures, you can try and move a huge or small creature, make an ability check with your spellcasting ability, which will be its intelligence. Contested by the creature's strength check. Ivan, please have your character make me a strength check, please. Contested by my intelligence. If it wins the contest, it will shove you away 30 feet. And it will attempt to restrain you. So you roll as 18 versus its intelligence of... Come on, baby. 17 plus modifier is 22. You are shoved back and restrained as you're shoved back 30 feet. Suspended mid-air by its grasp.
Okay, put me in the spot you want me, so 30
feet
is...
away from it, so it's... Yep.
Okay.
And restrained there. That's going to be the end of its legendary action as we have Gizmo take his turn. And I read into telekinesis.
I had forgotten to roll the intelligence check for the psychic blast for Clank, so I just rolled that now and he failed, so that was 30 some points of damage. 32, I think. 33.
33 was what I rolled, yes.
I just need to adjust his hit points down. So he is at that. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
light changes. All right. Now he's beginning his. Well, it's my turn first. We'll deal with him at the end of my turn, I guess. Fairy Fire is still on him. I am still restrained behind the pole, but I will fire 2 shots from Pew Pew at the Elder Brain.
Sure thing.
At disadvantage, right? Because is it no, you bumped his AC up.
Yeah, his AC is just 12 around that pillar if you're shooting around a corner. But honestly, nothing is stopping you from just stepping out of the corner and then stepping back into cover. Right?
I thought I was still restrained.
Yeah.
Because I haven't passed that.
Correct,
right?
yes.
No. Okay, so.
Forgive me, I'm just handling a lot. This is a big stat block I'm handling on this end. I've never played as an Elder Brain.
It's a lot of.
Yeah.
It's a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Nice. High rolls all around there as your Artificer strikes for twice with Pew Pew. For the first is 10 damage, so I'm rolling concentration against 10 damage to maintain the effect of telekinesis restraining your ally here. I rolled a 15 to save against it, and then the second strike for 8 damage will trigger another instance of concentration saving throw to maintain concentration. I rolled an 8 plus modifiers for a total of, 13? Yes. So I maintain concentration on telekinesis, but you strike the brain for a total of how much damage? 18?
Yep.
Can you guess how much HP it actually has left?
18?
Mm-hmm. How?
Seriously?
Yes. How do you want to do this?
As the second magical crossbow bolt fires into the brain, making an explosion with chunks of gray matter flying up into the air. The brain itself just seems to kind of deflate and sputter as it sinks back down into its pool of goo.
It writhes and sinks into the pool of brine, the tentacles writhing, the one tentacle curled, still maintaining the spell of telekinesis upon Durak. You can see Durak's armor begins to like crush inwards, bend. You can see a little bit of like blood splatter come from his lip as it begins to crush him in place there, and then the tentacle quivers and just falls slack on the floor, and the telekinesis sends him toward the ground. Loosened. You watch the Cyrog writhes and falls still for a final time. Just as all begins to fall silent, a portal opens in the far wall of the chamber from where you entered. Out of the portal walks a huge, bestial creature of corruption and disease, decaying all about itself. It has a torso of a goat and a humanoid upper body with a corpulent belly swollen with rot. Great back wings sprout from its shoulders, and its head is like the skull of a goat. The flesh is nearly rotted from it. In one hand, he wields a terrible wand made of bone and topped with a skull. As he manifests onto the map, I should put his token down, which will scare you guys a little bit. Orcus.
Your description was scarier than the picture.
Tempt me, will you, huh? Orcus, god of undeath, surveys the mangled corpse of Cyrog and turns to you in rage. As he lifts his wand, a pack of ghouls materializes before you. At the same time, you see movement behind you. Mind flares, teleporting one by one into the chamber. After 24 or so rapidly appear, they look at you, their eyes glowing with malice, and then turn their attention to Orcus. And one by one, as one, they focus their psionic mind blast upon him. We have a choice here, guys. It is approaching the late night. We have run a little bit 40 minutes later than usual. We can end this with a final cinematic of you guys facing off Orcus. Or we can run this as combat. The choice is really yours.
I vote combat, but I understand if not everyone can.
Same.
I'm feeling
I
so
only got
bad.
like one turn.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Meg?
I said I'm feeling good. I'm riding the high of combat, so I'm good to go.
So Jeff, if you're right with us extending a little bit past the usual.
I'm throwing in with that. Sure. I
Okay.
wasn't sure what time we were due to end. I was thinking we were going till 10, so I'm good.
All right, so let us bring this then into a little bit of a combat. As the overwhelming number of angry mind flayers aim to defeat Orcus, with or without your help, you have a chance to flee or stand and fight. If you choose to fight, we'll continue from top of initiative with a few of friends to join us, the Ulitharid among them, to represent the. I'm not gonna put the tokens on the map because there's no need, but as the Ulitharid extends forth his hands and the tentacles arrive over the corpse of now dead Cyrog, the psionic energy lashes toward Orcus. So during this fight, I'm gonna make it a little bit easier on you guys. There's a 50% chance that Orcus or any of his minions will target a mind flayer rather than a party member on a given turn. If the party decides to help with the fight, I will continue to run it with first ruling initiative for Orcus the Mighty. And on each turn on initiative count 20, I will make 5 DC 15 intelligence saving throws with advantage against mind flayers and their blasts with my saving throw bonus and such. I may choose to succeed on up to like 3 failed saving throws during the fight using my legendary reaction. But every time I fail, Orcus will take psychic damage per failure and will be stunned until the end of his turn, as you've earned yourself allies. If not stunned, I will use what I can to defeat you guys in turn. So with that being said, what did I roll for Orcus for initiative? 7. Cool.
7.
Nobody dies turn 1. No, that's fine. That means that nobody dies turn 1, because this is Orcus we're talking about. So we're gonna have the Ulitharid and then mind flayers throughout the chamber as Gizmo thinks of what he wants to do on his turn. In terms of being locked down, you're no longer locked down with Cyrog being slain.
All right, so I expended my action on my turn. I'm still concentrating on the fairy fire. But as a bonus action, I can command Clank, or I can... Yeah, that's probably... Oh, wait.
I have a question, actually. I think you can no longer concentrate on a spell once your target is not a valid target. And is that true? Like, oh no, you still illuminated the area, right? No, fair fire like illuminates objects. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, so I've maintained the concentration, but there's nobody that's lit up. So
Yep.
So that's kind of neither here nor there, I guess.
You-
Because somebody entering that area does not have to roll.
No, because fair fire is an initial blast, and you maintain concentration to maintain the glow, of objects affected.
Right. So there's no point to maintain.
Unless you want to like bedazzle my lair, there's no point. No.
No. So
Yes.
Yasquake.
yeah, I was just talking out loud.
Yeah.
So, yeah, what the hell? Gizmo's going to lock, cock, and load, and we can't do Fury Fire. He already did his actions. He's only got a bonus action and movement. I will tell Clank to get the hell out of there. But before Clank can move, he's got to roll his saving throw against this maelstrom.
Yep.
Which he's going to lose and probably end up being pulled under and killed this round. But
A reminder to those of you who want, you can drop concentration on a spell at any point in combat.
Huh?
Just saying.
If you wish, obviously.
yeah, but
Orcus
I'm
just
okay with
appeared
this.
in my maelstrom.
Say, yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. It was a strength save,
It's a strength save, yeah.
not athletic strength. Okay.
Yeah, it's a strength save. But if he succeeds, he takes no damage.
Yeah, he's
So
not gonna.
he
succeed.
takes 21 bludgeoning damage and gets moved 10 feet.
Closer to the corner, right?
Toward 10 feet towards the center, which is this thing over here.
I'll change up the music a little bit then for fighting Orcus. I didn't expect you guys to actually fight him.
Hell yeah, let's get some brutal stuff going.
Yeah.
Oh, he's not dead. He's not dead yet. He's close, but he's not dead
He
yet.
lives?
Nope, I'm gonna get demonetized if he's that song. I already know that. Let's play some 4-4-2 now.
Yeah. So that is the other half of my turn because I'm gonna stay hidden right here where I am, and I'm no longer concentrating.
One person can just spawn ground, you can see within 100 feet of in a cell there for spawning an Okay, cool. So sorry, I was reading abilities. As a legendary action, Orcus is going to then point his wand upon the ground in front of him at the center mass of these illithids, and you can see a cylinder of swirling necrotic energy, like a wide cylinder like tornado spread out and rise out of the floor to consume the illithids. And for a moment you can see the outline of their bones like just magically outlined as the necrotic energy wraps them up. All of them, don't even get a saving throw, are vulnerable to necrotic damage. It's gonna be 60 feet tall and 10-foot radius, so it's only them, but they're all vulnerable to necrotic damage. Alrighty then. As he curses them such, whispering in his abyssal tongue with a deep, reverberating voice, we have Durak take his turn.
Okay, Durak will dash through the battlefield and get some cover, and he drinks a potion, gets some bandage on himself, and he used the power of the tadpole to protect him. You see, like his muscles get bigger. He grows 2 inches as I use Shield of the Troll.
Gaining a little bit of temporary HP, yes? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I use Second Wind as my bonus action, and that's it for me.
Alrighty then. So 5 intelligence saving throws from Orcus at advantage. Saving throws. Orcus must choose to succeed. Choose to succeed on 3 failed saving throws. DC 15. Did he fail any of them? 1, 2. I failed 2. So he's gonna use 2 legendary resistances.
Oh, sorry.
What?
The last one. I thought he failed the last one. I misread the 22 as a 12. My mistake.
Failing at least once, he takes 22. So he takes no psychic damage per failure and is not stunned. But he is burning through the only 3 resistances he has. We burnt through 2 of them. Okay, so that was initiative 20. We then have Zin to strike.
Okay, so Vin is going to. Let's do far for that. Let's do that one.
Did I miss it? Did I miss Orcus's save against the Maelstrom?
He didn't start his turn yet. This is just like what happens at initiative 20. This is your allies acting like with a psionic blast. The Illithys target Orcus, and he has to succeed on 5 intelligence saving throws, which he gets to roll with advantage. DC 15. If he fails at least 1, he gets stunned. Yeah.
Got it. I thought he was taking a turn now. My mistake.
He's initiative 7. I rolled really low for him. He's just very confidently marching forth. You dare challenge a god. But Zin gets its turn.
Yeah, so Zin, continuing his concentration on the Maelstrom, reaches out his hand, and as he reaches out his hand like almost like a ghostly form of his hand continues onward from where he reached and spreads out towards Orcus. And
I guess she'll touch against the god.
yeah, she'll touch.
Alright, so as you cast your necrotic spell against the god of necromancy, you roll a natural 20 for I'm trying not to laugh. For 22 necrotic damage against Orcus, god of undeath. Guess what damage immunity the god of death has against? So, I'm sorry, Megan, but it's kind of funny.
All good.
Alright. Kind of reminds me of the Lash of Darkness all over again. But it's fine.
Good. And then as no, that's required. Yeah.
Orcus just looks at Zin like, really? Really?
We'll go with that. He's still hiding.
Bajorak, with the Elder Brain slain, you are no longer stunned. What would you like to do on your turn?
Oh, thank God.
I'm not gonna
So-
stun you for a third turn, man. Roll that check just for curiosity to see if you would have succeeded it anyways. Because I think the gods are on your side or some shit. Yeah.
Oh my fucking God.
No, you make your turn, man. Come on.
No, yeah, please.
Wow.
Please.
I'm not having a plane sit there for 3 hours after doing shit.
Dude, he's cursed. You know, he has a curse. That's why. You know, he's got like cancer feet. So it's expected.
Bastard
Okay.
twice curse.
Well, no, I'm gonna say because Sarah
Oh,
is
dude,
dead,
that's a
you're
good
no longer-
nickname.
Yeah.
Boz
yeah.
the Twice Cursed? That's fucking dope, dude.
Thank you.
Hold on, I gotta write that down. Boz the Twice Cursed. There
Dude,
you
I'm the
fucking
best
go.
mercenary. You should
Thanks.
definitely hire me. I'm busted.
Yeah,
Twice
definitely
cursed.
hire me.
I'm like a
I can
reverse
tell you about a
tank.
work-
I just take all the curses on me.
Yeah. Okay. Seeing as Orcus and how powerful he can be, but he does have a lot of brute strength, but he did say he have a wand, and I'm sure he's capable of a lot of stuff. As much as I want to get in there, I want to help everyone out and try to just slow him down as best as I can. Excuse me. And
Okay.
I'm gonna cast.
Sorry.
No, I was chewing on a pretzel.
Gotcha.
And so I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. As soon as I get to here and I'm running, as I'm running, I'm doing like ninjutsu or whatever, like with my shadow magic. And I'm going to cast silence right here.
Ooh.
And that's a 20-foot radius.
And I'm just curious, how many times can you cast silence with that feature?
As many key points as I have.
Gotcha. Interesting.
So I'm gonna cast it
interesting.
right here. And that's 40-foot diameter, 20-foot radius.
Yeah.
Cool.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Gotcha. Silence.
Should go out a little bit more.
Sure.
I am maximizing this spell as much as possible.
Yeah, you
Oh yeah,
need
technically it
every
goes.
advantage.
Yeah, technically it fucking
It's
maxes
there.
out the
I'm
whole
just
half
keeping
of
the
this
token
room.
on. It's
Okay,
all
okay,
good.
okay.
It's there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm doing that. I'm running, going into cover, and that's basically my turn.
Okay, so you're behind cover. In between turns, I'm going to just check here legendary actions on Orcus. Gotta use them. I'm going to use one necrotic bolt attack, which I don't need anything valuable. It's just him pointing a wand and silently with Wrath pointing the wand of Orcus with a necrotic bolt at 50% chance I target one of the elephants. So I'm just going to roll here. If I roll 50 or below, it's going to be one of the elephants. If I roll above 50, it's one of you guys. Yeah, one of the elephants gets the full force of necrotic bolt. And they're vulnerable to necrotic damage, so that'll be a total of 52. 52 necrotic damage upon the elephant here. You can see in front of you, Ivan, Durak sees the skin cling to the bone the very life energy is siphoned from the elephant. He begins like lower from his levitation down to the floor. Not dead, but very heavily injured, receiving 52 damage. So there's that. And that's my legendary action. As Orcus then will take his own turn. Start of his turn, he is affected by Maelstrom. What do I have to roll here? Strength. I rolled a 20, so do I take damage?
Nope. No damage. This is like it's really bad if you get hit, but if you can save from it, it is difficult terrain through the maelstrom though.
Alright. If not stunned, Orcus will use Time Stop. I'm sorry guys, he is a god.
What is that, man? I have never read of it. What does that do?
For he lifts his one up, and you see like a reverberating force of orbs sort of spread from the one outwards, and everything slows down and freezes for a moment. And he utilizing that time to. This is the module, but this is not my bullshit, guys. I'm just reading, granting him time to use his one focus to summon 20 ghouls.
What?
Maelstrom, okay.
So
Wait, time stops a verbal.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't see the small little V. Okay, fine. He steps out of your fucking silence and casts it anyway. I don't know how much. I have 40 feet movement.
Difficult terrain.
Fly speed.
Oh yeah.
Grinding his head
Oh,
against
God
the
damn
ceiling. Fine, you know what? Sure, 20 movement speed. Tried to get out of the bubble. I'll give it to you. It's funny because it's funny. I'll give it to you. Grinding his head against the ceiling of the ship, trying to fly. Escape your bubble. You see him trying to time stop, and his spell fails. And he's trying to cast ghouls, and it doesn't go. Okay, fine.
If he
Fair.
can escape it, That's totally legal. I mean, go for it.
There's
Okay.
difficult terrain because of Maelstrom, so it's a combined strength of all your spells. You guys are using your resources. That is fine with me. It is actually kind of funny. I'm gonna go ahead and just put this line on the map though, because it's driving me crazy. And then, yeah, okay, fine. Cannot cast a spell. Then he's just gonna utilize his turn. Otherwise, do I have any non-verbal? Yep. Pissed off that he cannot cast spell. He's gonna cast a spell magic. And wasting his action on that. Swirling mass of
Yes.
that's
Verbal. The spell magic is also verbal.
God fuck. Damn
Gotcha.
it. Those bees are so small. No,
got
no,
you.
it's only
Got you.
man. I
might be twice cursed, man, but I'm coming a little clutch with these silences.
Yeah, you are. Okay, cool. What is my multi attack? Makes 3 1 focus, tail, or necrotic attack. Okay, what is 1 focus? I love it how he can just like bludgeon you with his wand. I'm gonna do like it's funny. It turns into a little clank over here and just like one focuses him for normal roll 24. Yeah.
Yep.
There.
And you see Clank collapsed like when you stomp on an empty soda can.
Oh god.
Just flattened.
You
to
can
a big
see
disc.
the jaws of Orcus move with malice, cursing your names. He's saying something, but it's in an orb of silence, so it's just like a villain monologue pointing his wand at you, and you just don't hear anything. It's just wrapped upon his face as he then like lashes out with necrotic bolts at the either Illithid or you. Again, I'm gonna roll 1d100 here. If it's 50 or below, it's gonna be the Illithids. One of you guys. Targeting Ivan first, and then Bajarak with 2 necrotic bolts. Ivan, he strikes you for a 30 to hit.
Yeah, that.
For 32 necrotic damage, and a second bolt sells 3/4 cover, giving you
Oh
a bunch
my
to receive, but
God.
it's 32 to hit. I mean, what? It's Orcus. So like, what do you
Don't
want from me?
matter.
21 necrotic damage against Nick's character as the twin bolt then
Yep.
strikes. I don't believe I have any bonus actions as he just continues to advance forward, trying to get out of that bubble of silence, monologuing all the while. God damn, Gizmo.
I'll
Yeah.
I use my reaction. I'll stay on the same position, but I'll get that resistance.
Sure, man. Gizmo's turn then.
Okay, well, Clank has gone down, so I don't
Clank,
have to worry
no.
about commanding him.
Mm.
Clank, I can rebuild him. We can make Clank 2.0.
We can make him better.
Better.
Stronger.
Yep. Faster.
Yeah, I don't know. He's gonna have.
It's the funniest that I can't even monologue as Orcus because you just silenced him. Silence, sloth.
Oh,
Boy, what you saying, mate?
he destroyed my shield, Tom. I don't know what's the area of this, but
Right.
maybe he's stunned. I don't know.
Does anybody have that feat where you can read lips? Gizmo, you have that?
No,
Was it
I
like
do not.
observant?
I think that's like the one time where this would actually be like really clutch for you guys now. But okay, that's fine.
Oh, never
No, we
enemies. Yeah.
It's okay. So Gizmo takes his turn. Sorry, Jeff. I'm just giving you time to think.
Yeah, sorry. I was just reading over another one of my spells that I never used. Could it be helpful?
I believe in you.
Not so much. I'm going to. Yes, I am going to cast that. Cast Branding Smite.
Next time you hit a creature with a weapon attack, meaning range as well. Yeah.
And that was a bonus action. So I will now then fire off 2 crossbow shots and hopefully get a little extra kick. Pew! Pew!
Blessed by radiance, the crossbow bolts sail through, penetrating through the spell facades with a slight ripple and rendering God's flesh. It's going to be against an AC of 17, so 29 hits.
And so that's 13 plus the 10 radiant from the branding smite. So I'm hoping he's got a.
Is your bolt itself mundane or magical? Sorry, I missed that.
So the repeating crossbow fires doesn't need ammunition, so it fires a magical bolt.
Okay. Cool. So that'll be a total of 23 damage. That doesn't.
Unless he has a particular. Not immunity.
He has damage immunities, but not. What if it's a magical weapon? Then it penetrates through those immunities.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the word for the opposite of an immunity.
Vulnerability.
Vulnerability. Thank you. If you're vulnerability to radiant damage.
Keeping an eye for that, he doesn't seem to have vulnerability to radiant damage, but it takes full effect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
As a black ichory blood begins to seep from the now disappearing, where the projectile disappeared and leaves a gaping hole, the blood seeps through and begins to like rot over as he sort of attempts to like heal that wound. This flavor. And then we have in between that and Ruck's turn, because we are at the top of the turn here, I'm gonna handle that initiative 20 event of 5 saving throws from Urkus as the Illithys blast him with their psionic energy. He gets that at advantage because of magic resistance and such. And he only has 1 legendary action remaining, so let's roll those intelligence saving throws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The DC being 15, he succeeds, and succeeds. Still not stunned, okay. Durak, it is now your turn.
Okay. I don't know. I ask for our blood to protect us as I bring back one of my ancestors and go for him. Recklessly? Yeah, let's go reckless. They start swinging at him. 20... Yeah, that's right. 22. Wait, turn this off. And 2 more hits for him as I use Incarnation. I think 21, 19, and 22. Does
19
all of them hit?
Doesn't that